You are now entering the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.
It's about comic books and movies. Growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Man, that sucked. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Yeah. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering tales from the crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote
and all right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 78. I'm Jason.
I am Jeff.
And with us today is Jeff Morris. Scab Jeff is back in the studio.
Well, since original Jeff is back, I'm not sure I'm Scab Jeff anymore.
You're just Morris now.
I was going to call him Scab Blake since Blake
Oh, yeah, you could be
decided to
Scab Blake.
Okay.
He decided to go on vacation.
Blake will be back next week. I was mistaken in the weeks. So Blake will be back next week. He's scuba diving right now, somewhere in Florida, Caribbean, I don't know.
Somewhere farther south than we are.
Toledo, Ohio, somewhere he's scuba diving. Or in the Ohio River, I don't know. Could be.
Could be. Although I think he did say Florida.
Oh, okay. So Morris is with us this week. Morris, would you like to promote your book, Zombies, The True Story of the Titanic?
I have a book. It's called Zombies, The True Story of the Titanic Disaster.
Let's get those Hobie numbers up. Come on, we're trying to pump your sales up.
Exactly. It's available on Amazon.
There you go. So go to Amazon.com. It's a new
And Kindle.
website. And Kindle.
All right.
So-
You can get it on Kindle.
Yay! So Jeff's going to sit with us. Morris is going to sit with us this week. Scab Blake. And Hobie, big news. We joined nerdly.co.uk. A big geek website in the UK. After CastCloud.uk got pretty much shut down, we've been looking to move over there for a while in Europe, and Nerdly was gracious enough to add us.
Thank you, Nerdly.
Thank you. So we're going to have a cheeky good time. And for you British listeners, welcome.
Hello to everyone out there on the islands.
Hello. And if you guys would like to buy Jeff Morris's book, it's available too in the UK on Amazon, the World Wide Web. And
It's in American. It isn't in English.
oh, okay. I think they can still read it. I think. So those Canadians might have issues with it. What's that old boot?
But there is a lot of French in it, though.
Oh, okay. So thank you, Nerdly. If you guys are listening, please go to nerdly.co.uk. They have tons of movie reviews, reviews of games, news.
Other podcasts.
They got interviews with some of the comic book greats and movie stars, too. So
And some of the comic book not-so-greats, but hey, they're trying.
that's right. So, thank you, Nerdly, and we're excited to join them. So, and then, Jeff, now you, a couple weeks ago, went to Origins,
I did go to Origins.
and you did not talk about it because you were sick for a couple weeks.
Yes.
Furry rabies.
Yeah, apparently Origins got me sick, or I got sick as soon as I got back from Origins, so... Yeah, I have not been have much of a chance to talk about it yet.
Would you like to talk some games? Did you
yeah.
see any cool ones?
Oh, I saw some cool ones. Let's see, where do I want to start? Well, when I was there, I did get to talk with the people at Calliope Games. Mm-hmm. And they have coming out, I don't know if it'll be at the end of this year or next year. They're doing a collector's edition of their popular game Sorrow.
Okay.
Where they pretty much said they don't care about what the cost is. They're going to make the most beautiful game they can do, and then figure out how much to charge from there.
And this is a board game.
This is a board game.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you can get a relatively inexpensive game version of the game out there for probably about $25. It's a fairly popular game. I know it's been on tabletop before, so you can check that out if you want to see how it's played or whatnot. But they're doing intricate carved wood pieces and different types of wood for different players and a wood board with wood and it's going to be cool, and it's probably going to cost several $100s. Yeah. So
is there a market for that with that price tag?
There is, because I know Small World, the game Small World, just released several months ago a collector's edition, and that had tons more pieces than this, and I think they sold out of every one they made.
Okay.
But I mean, it pretty much had every expansion piece that they ever made in nice big wood pieces with a huge board, and so there's a call for it for people who have cash to throw around and enjoy the gaming hobby.
Okay. Was Paradox there?
I did not see Paradox
from Split Second
there.
Games.
Split Second.
Did you get my email that I forwarded to you?
Oh yeah, I got your email. I'm already back in it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I was going to bring that up in the Hidden Gems.
Okay,
section.
we'll talk about that in Hidden Gems.
All right. Let's see what Elysium.
Okay.
Elysium is the game that I really want to get.
Is that based on the movie?
No, it has nothing to do with the movie.
Okay.
It's based on Greek mythology.
Was Matt Damon there?
No, Matt Damon was
Matt
not
Damon.
there. Okay, you're asking bad questions.
Sorry.
Was Tara Reid there?
Yes, ironically.
I don't think I saw Tara Reid, but she might have been there.
She was in the gutter outside the convention center. Still not getting her, are we? So it's got Elysium, okay.
Elysium, let's see. I picked up some smaller games, Eggs and Empires and Council of Verona.
Okay.
Not too expensive ones, because I don't have the funds to buy expensive ones. But those are $15, $20 games that I picked up. I haven't had a chance to play yet since illness.
Did you see anything from, was it Orange Blue?
I didn't see anything that intrigued me like we did last year. I mean, I saw the stuff we saw last year, but...
And I got most of those.
Yeah, but I didn't really see anything new.
If you have kids, Orange Blue is a great place. Even if you don't have kids, it's a great company. But they have a lot of kids' games that I bought for my kid. I think I bought 3 games of theirs. And Fast Track, which is like a hockey game. You shoot the puck back and forth. You have a tic-tac-toe variation where you can eat, like you have monsters that go into the rows or whatever it is, the squares.
The bigger ones can eat the smaller ones.
Yeah, so it's kind of some strategy. And then I got another one, I can't think of it now.
The Penguins?
Penguin, the Penglue. Yeah, that one's kind of fun. Where it's kind of a matching game, but it's a little bit more in depth than that. So I got some of those last year. So I'm intrigued at Gen Con in Indianapolis if they have some new ones or not.
Yeah, you'll have to take a look. I didn't really see anything that caught my eye at their booth.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of other games. Five Tribes. I played Five Tribes and really liked
I've heard of that.
I know Des talks about that over on Musings of a Geek when they were talking. He went to Tabletop Day or whatnot in L.A. So I know he said they had tons of all these games and then only like 1 or 2 copies of the one he wanted to play, so it took him a while to get to play that one. But
is Five Tribes, would that be easy enough for me, my wife, and your sister to play?
I think so.
Okay.
It probably a little more complicated than most of the games we play, but I think after a couple of turns, you should be able to figure it out what's going on.
Morris played a game with us a couple weeks ago after we watched Zombievers.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What was that game? House on Haunted Hill. What was that?
Yeah, Betrayal at House on the Hill. Or something like that.
It was a fascinating game. I really
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. And I was the bad guy. I betrayed everybody.
He betrayed everybody. The best part about it was he was stuck in the basement when the betrayal hit and couldn't find his way out of the basement. So it made it a lot easier for the rest of us until I died the first turn.
It's a board game, and you play these games. You build little houses or little rooms onto this house, very similar to Mystery Mansion for the old school people. And but then at the end, like in the middle, somebody turns, and it was me this time. And I forget what type of ghost I had or something.
Banshee.
I had a banshee screaming, which suits me. And I was stuck in the basement, and I couldn't get to the elevator, or I couldn't get out. So it kind of pissed me off.
Because we took the mystic elevator away from the basement.
Yes. So I was not happy with that. So, okay, well, so let's start with anyone else. Morris, you got anything new? Anything exciting? No?
I wasn't prepared for that question.
Okay. Not the best color man in the business for nothing. Okay.
All right. Well, so let's start with listener feedback from number one fan Doug.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
Doug wants to know if we've seen Pompeii yet.
How can I be an optimist about this?
It was probably about this time last year when we were ripping on Pompeii every week.
We have to finish this movie.
Yeah, we saw about the first half hour.
Yeah, and it was bad.
And we decided to stop watching that.
He snapped a horse's neck.
With his bare hands.
Yes. Have you?
So you didn't even see the volcano you read?
Oh, God.
Have you seen it, Morris?
I have not.
Would you like to watch it with us?
I was going to say no, but with us is intriguing.
Yes, all three of us. We watched
Like
Zombievers.
Zombievers.
Yes. Which I still say is a fun movie. I really enjoyed that movie.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
It could have been better.
Yeah.
Could have been a lot worse.
So we will try to watch it this summer. Try to.
Yeah.
Maybe. We still are looking.
I will watch it with you guys.
Okay.
All right. It's a date.
Oh. We're allowed now. We're allowed to get married, too.
We are.
So congratulations to our gay and lesbian friends out there in the community. You can finally marry somebody. So good for you.
Well, they were able to marry other people, just not in our state.
Correct. So welcome, USA. We got to the 21st century. Yay!
Go Ohio.
Not to get all political, but I do like the ones that are saying, this is a travesty. It's, destroys marriage, blah, blah, blah. We're moving to Canada. Canada has legalized it since 2005. You're going to the wrong country if you're going to fight it.
Yeah, you need to go to Saudi Arabia.
Russia? I'm thinking Canada's pretty much a lot more, they're a lot nicer than America is. They've been doing it. So, anyways, moving on. Jeff, keep going.
Let's see. Doug says, Avatar made $749 million and was number one for 7 weeks. Porky made $105,302,000 with inflation and was number one for 8 weeks. Explain. Oh, pretty easy. A lot of people went to see Avatar all at once.
Yeah.
Where Porky's was, in the 80s, theater going was a lot different than it is now.
It's pretty impressive. Porky's made $302 million with inflation.
With inflation.
Still,
yeah.
$105 million is a pretty impressive take for Porky's.
Oh, yeah. But back then, opening weekend wasn't such a big thing as it is now. Everybody didn't have to see the movie when it opened. The movies actually traveled from theater to theater more, so instead of having so many prints all at once, like some cities, they would expand slowly across the country, and then when one theater was done with it, it would go to another theater. So, Did
they come out the same part of the year? Like, I would suspect that Porky's would be like a winter off-season type of movie. Which
I will find that out for you.
It could be 8 weeks.
8 weeks
of
slow time.
Of being number one in slow time.
I don't feel like there was as many movies that were released.
Well, movies also stayed in the theater a lot longer. It wasn't unheard of for a movie to be around for almost an entire year in a theater.
And Avatar, it had a lot of hype, so a lot of people went to it. And Porky's, I'm not sure I was aware of.
I don't think you were born when Porky's was
at the time of Porky's,
so.
But I don't suspect that it had that kind of hype when it came out. Like
Porky's
Avatar.
was March 19th.
So March.
1982.
Dead time.
Dead time.
Let's see.
So March and April.
When was Avatar?
They had to have been
Avatar was December 2009.
Okay, the holiday.
Oh, holiday. Oh, yeah. That's another reason. Yeah, December holidays when people are off work. And
Can we just hope Jurassic World beats Avatar?
It hasn't already?
No. We'll get to that in box office news. They just hit $500 million. I really hope it does.
$500 million
domestic.
Domestic.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
I don't know if it's overtaken it worldwide yet. I think it will, but I want domestic. I'm tired of seeing Avatar being number one. Tired of it.
Did you see Avatar?
No, I've seen bits and pieces on cable. I don't care. And I think them making 2, 3, and 4, I just don't even care even more.
Oh, well, I really disliked Avatar.
Is that the one with Marky Mark and all the aliens?
No.
Sigourney, that was Jupiter Ascending. Oh, no, that wasn't Jupiter Ascending.
No, that wasn't Jupiter. I don't know Marky Mark and Aliens.
The one we're talking about was Sigourney and Planet of the Apes. There you go. Okay. That's a horrible remake. I think that was on our list. No, this is one they were all blue. They were on a different planet. Aliens.
Who was the main guy?
Sigourney Weaver and Sam
Worthington?
Yeah.
Sam Worthington, who was in the previous Terminator movie.
Yeah.
And he was in... Oh, was he in the Terminator movie?
I don't know. I'll find it out, though.
But he was in the remake of Clash of the Titans.
Oh, yeah.
But the villain was just so ridiculously two-dimensional. I mean, it was just we need this stuff. I will kill everybody more.
He was in Avatar, Terminator Salvation, Clash of the Titans, Wrath of the Titans. Let's see if there's anything else he's in. He's been in 45 things. He's in Avatar 2, 3, and 4. I can't believe they're making 4 of them.
I don't know.
He's in Everest. Everest looks good.
I don't know anything about that.
Everest. Have you seen the preview, Morris, for Everest?
I think so. It was on Jurassic World.
Yeah, that looks good. Let's see here.
I thought it looked uncomfortable to watch.
Yes.
Like that 128
Hours, yeah.
Which was a great movie, but I was uncomfortable.
I could not watch it because I knew he was cutting his arm. I can't watch it.
I didn't know he was cutting his arm, but it just gives you that sick feeling in the pit of your stomach.
He was in Cake, which got good reviews.
I heard of Cake.
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston. He was a voice in Call of Duty's Black Ops 2. He was Man on a Ledge. That's what it was.
Oh, of course.
Let's see here.
God, when I think of Sam,
he really
Worthington,
hasn't done much, though. I mean, since Avatar, Man on a Ledge, Wrath of the Titans. I mean, he's done some things, but nothing big. Kidnapped in Mr. Heineken is his next movie.
All right.
So,
I think there was a lot of hype, and everyone was expecting him to do, because he had those 3 movies, high-profile movies, all come out, and I don't think he really got great reviews.
Salvation did not do well.
Terminator Salvation did not do well. The remake of Clash of the Titans, they even made a sequel to it, but I have not heard a single person say the remake was any good.
Was even the first one, Clash of the Titans, good? The 2001?
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Was that... You didn't...
Clash of the Titans was not good.
Okay.
It was a bad remake. It probably would have made my bad remake list if I was here that week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from a very cheesy 80s movie remake.
Yeah.
So it's like, pretty hard to screw it up and make it worse than the original. But
They did make Adventures in Babysitting worse than the original.
They did a remake of it.
Jonah Hill, the babysitter.
Oh.
Yeah, think about that one. Okay, what you got for Doug? Last one.
Oh, geez. Let's see. The guy who caught A-Rod's 3,000th hit claims to have caught 8,070 baseballs since 1990.
Bullshit.
His self-proclaimed record is 36 in one game at Great American Ballpark in September of 2011. Does this even sound possible?
Morris?
Does batting practice at the beginning count?
That's the only thing I could think
That's
of.
the only thing.
He's there before the game and getting balls hit into the stands.
I mean, there's no way. There's no way 36 balls in one game went to the same location.
Well,
But if it was in batting practice...
Batting practice I'll give you, but during a game?
If it was like a late game and everybody had left, it had been raining and it went foul into the...
Yeah, but...
Even
You
that,
could
for
run
one
around.
person, even if it goes to the same place, usually, it's off by a seat or two that somebody else
Well,
will...
but if nobody's there, you've seen where the
Somebody
whole
else
section
will
is
be there,
and
though.
somebody was
So,
running
I'm
over.
going to the Reds game tomorrow. Should I see if I can get 36 of them?
Yeah, that's your goal, 36.
Okay. I will try that.
Although I do remember last year the one guy who got back-to-back home run balls hit to him in a row.
That's fine.
I do remember that.
I think it was...
But that's 2.
That was 2.
That's 2, not
That was
36.
2. And then he gave one away.
Do you think he just knows somebody on the team? They just hand him a crate of baseballs? Here you go. Look, I caught them all. I think that's the only way.
I think batting practice is possible.
Yeah.
Because if they're doing batting practice, there's not many people there. He can run and get all
Yeah,
of
so-
them.
And how many fucking games has this guy been to?
Well, since 1990, so that's 25 years.
Yeah.
In 25, he probably goes frequently, and in 25 years, if you include the batting practice,
Yeah.
I could see that, but it also doesn't count in my opinion.
No. The only way it counts is if you're during the game.
A game played ball.
Yeah, and there's 40,000 other people with you.
I've gotten one.
Have you?
My entire life.
Foul ball?
One foul ball.
Yeah. My brother caught one. I think that he caught one
And
or
actually,
two.
my dad got it.
And then he pushed him down.
I did.
Did
Said,
you?
Get out of my way, old man.
I think at this point, Obviously, I would give it to my kids, but even if I was single, I think I would probably give it to a kid. I mean, it's neat to have, but I don't even know if I really. Yeah. It's like, I got enough stuff now. It's like I'm trying to get rid of half the crap I have.
Well, I was an adult when I got it.
Okay.
But there weren't any kids in the section around us.
Yeah.
So it's just a bunch of other
I
adults.
totally wouldn't give mine away, not even to my kid. I'd buy a new ball and give him that one. Because he's going to use it. This is one I caught when I was at a baseball game. And I've been at so many games, I've never caught one.
It depends on who hit it, I would think.
Yeah.
If it was somebody, worthwhile or one of your favorite players, certainly. I mean...
Jesse Barfield for me.
I got a Jeff Jenkins foul ball.
Ooh, Jeff Jenkins Marlins.
It was the Brewers. He was mainly a Brewer.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking Jeff Conine. Yes, Jeff Conine. Next, we have Face Off.
Snake Oil Comics has given us another challenge.
Face Off! It's Face Off!
No.
Yes, it is! It's Face Off!
No.
Dun, 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 dun.
Face Off! That is not our music for Face Off.
What's going on?
Jason's trying to get
Face
theme music for Face Off.
I'm Nicolas Cage. I'm John Travolta. Face Off!
I want to take his face
off. That's what we should do. I need to get that clip, and that's going to be our thing.
I can't argue that.
I think that's going to be our
terrible
head
movie.
thing.
I won't argue that.
It's a great movie. Face Off is amazing. They have doves at the end.
Well, it's
Lots
John
of doves.
Woo. They
John
have doves
Woo,
in
lots
every
of
John Woo
doves.
movie. But they want to know who would win in this fight. Batman versus Black Panther.
Batman.
Yeah, I'd say Batman too.
Yeah.
I don't know who Black Panther is.
He's awesome.
But I can't picture anybody being able to beat or to lose to Batman because Batman doesn't have the superpowers.
Black Panther doesn't either.
Oh, he doesn't?
Nope.
Who's Black Panther?
He's from Wakanda, an African nation in Marvel Comics, and
He's their king.
Yeah, he's their king, and basically Captain America's shield, vibranium, or is that what it's called?
Vibranium
is only in Wakanda. So in Marvel, in the next Marvel movies, Black Panther is going to show up, and he's a kick-ass superhero, all black outfit. He's just a cool guy, and he doesn't have any superpowers, but he's very cunning like Batman. He has above average human strength, I would say. He's quick like Batman, and he thinks. He always is thinking. He's
probably the closest equivalent in Marvel to Batman.
What about Daredevil?
Daredevil's got superhuman abilities with his extra sensory stuff and whatnot.
I always heard Daredevil was made because of Batman.
That could be.
But Black Panther I could see being the equivalent of Batman.
Black Panther, incredibly rich, being the king of a rich nation, and still going around to, dressing up to fight crime.
Yeah.
But
I think it would be a good fight, but I think Batman wins. I think Batman has too many tricks up his sleeves.
Yep. I mean, he's got everything he needs in his utility belt.
Shark repellent.
Bat shark repellent.
Gotta have shark repellent. So thank you, Snake Oil. They gave us some more, so we appreciate that.
So we're going Batman, Snake Oil.
Yes.
Matter of fact, we'll almost go Batman over almost anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But he has no superhuman ability.
He's a genius. He's detective. He plans for everything.
But he knows how to defeat everybody.
Also, he does. He has backup. He has files on how to beat everybody in the Justice League.
He keeps
in case he turned bad.
Kryptonite with him at all times.
Yes. In case Superman turns bad. And that's not a lie. That's what they have him in the book.
But you said the other guy was from Marvel Universe.
Well, yeah, we're just pretending.
So he doesn't have files on these Marvel.
He may.
Oh, he's got a point there.
Son of a bitch. Shut up, Jeff. You haven't read the books. Can I go with that?
Yeah, sure.
Morris, I'm going to take your face off.
Understood.
Okay.
I don't really want to read this one, but VF from VF at Graphic Novice, he wants to tell Jason, don't listen to those guys. I think referring to me and Nickel from last week. Mm-hmm. It's like, Jason's, some people just want to watch the world burn.
What are you doing? That's not even Michael Caine. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
That's not even Michael Caine.
Yes, it is. Go ahead. Impression is gold, Jerry, gold.
If by gold you mean heavy and clunky, I'll agree.
I walk around now saying it like you all the time. Thank you, VF. That makes up for you mocking us on Graphic Novice this week. So
I don't think he mocked.
Oh, no, he does. He said our sound was not great on the Skype. Well, you know what? It's our fucking first Skype call.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't rent here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Going to release a fox into your hen house. At Farmer VF place, whatever.
All right, moving on, since Jason's getting hot under the collar.
Oh, I just want to watch the World Blood.
Snake Oil Comics at SOC Podcast wants to know, favorite adult beverage?
Ooh. Morris, would you like to go with this?
Beer.
Oh, okay. Any type of beer? IPAs?
IPAs, they taste good, but they're one-shot things. Like, you can't drink
Okay.
enough of them to really enjoy it. But craft beers,
Okay.
microbrews.
I'm kind of in the same boat as you, but lately, Not Your Father's Root Beer has been my favorite thing lately.
Lately, as you know, since Saturday.
Yes. They are amazing. It tastes exactly like root beer. It's from Small Town Brewery. No, they are not plugging us. 5.9% alcohol. You don't even know there's alcohol in it. It is beautiful. I do like the White Raja from Brew Kettle. I like that. That's from Strongville, Ohio. So I do like those two beers lately. I'm a big New Holland fan and New Belgium fan. So anything by those guys.
All right. Also, I'm in the beer category. Matter of fact, it's probably one of the very few adult beverages I actually do enjoy. Every once in a while, maybe like a...
Shirley Temple?
That's not an adult beverage.
Okay.
Every once in a while, maybe like a shot of cinnamon schnapps or something like that. You know.
I can't do liquor anymore.
Yeah,
Getting too old?
Since college, I think I drank too much in college. It ruined my stomach. But beer but sometimes red wine I can handle.
Okay.
Yeah. Personally, I prefer the wheat beers, the Hefeweizens.
Do you like the wheat beers? Do you like them?
Unfortunately, most of the ones I really like, can't even pronounce. Which is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
If Blake was here, he'd be able to tell
Yes.
because he says it all the time. But
So there you go. There's our adult beverages we like. Thank you, Snake Oil.
all right, moving on from there. From Wasted the Show at Wasted the Show.
What's up, guys?
They want to know, burritos, sloppy or kept stuffed when eating?
Sloppy.
Stuffed. If you need a fork or utensil to eat it, then it's not worth getting a burrito.
The ones I make here, not in the Bob's here, sorry, the ones I make at my house, in the crock pot, sitting all day, I put them in the burrito and they always fall out. I can't do it. So it's okay, though.
That's why then you just make tacos.
Taco flavor kisses. Taco. But if I'm going to Chipotle, I always get the burrito bowl. I like the burrito bowl from them. I'm not a big fan of the burrito from them. So
I always get the burrito.
The burrito
for some
bowl is
reason,
so good.
I'm always hungry after the bowl because you still need the tortilla shell to
so good
to curb the appetite.
Don't get the guacamole though. Found out the hard way. Last time, felt like I had furry rabies after that.
Are you sure it was the guac?
Yes, because every other time I'm fine with everything else. I tried the guac one time and I'm like, oh no, furry rabies.
So that's how you get furry rabies, eating guacamole.
That's right. Yeah. We figured it out.
All right. Moving on.
I thought you had to get bit by a furry.
Maybe I did that too. It could have been that too.
Oh yeah, it could have been that bite as opposed to.
But it happened to be right when he ate the guacamole.
I know. It was kind of ironic.
All right, I like this question from Michael Leal at Michael_Leal.
That was Michael Lee.
Yeah, you think a lot of things wrong.
Danger Entertainment.
Says, have you ever fallen out of love with one of your geek obsessions, TV show, movies, etc., and why? I can think of two off the top of my head.
Okay, Morris, you got any too?
Well, I was waiting for you guys.
Okay, good. Jeff, now you go ahead.
First, I'll say Star Wars.
Ouch. The prequels?
The prequels are why, but they've even kind of ruined the original trilogy for
Go back
me.
and watch the trilogy. I did the same thing.
I have.
Recently?
Yeah, it's on like Spike TV every other weekend.
Okay. See, I went about 2 years without seeing the originals again, and then once my son started watching them, I was hooked again.
I mean, I still like them, but I don't love them.
Okay.
I kind of get bored by them anymore.
Okay. One of mine is Sleepy Hollow. Really loved Sleepy Hollow the first season.
You did. You talked about it every week.
Yes, got tired of the second season, and I stopped. So that's one of my most recent is Sleepy Hollow.
One of my most recent is comic books.
Yeah, I get
in general.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose the big two, the Marvels and DCs, just have really been slow for a couple of years, and then with their big crossover events that just got done transpiring, I'm just pretty much done.
There's some dirty wankers there in Marvel and DC.
Yes.
And I got some news about that, and it's just going to make it worse, to be honest.
Are we going to throw out the news now, or are we going to wait?
We'll wait till the end. We'll talk about
news.
Marvel comics, yeah.
All right.
Morris, you got anything?
Is the following the show?
Oh, God, I'm with you on that.
The first season I thought was great, and then I watched a show and a half of the second season, and
I sat through the whole second
I can't watch
season.
this anymore.
I sat through the whole second season going, why the fuck am I watching this? I started the third season. I got through 2 episodes. I'm out. I can't watch this anymore.
I didn't even know there was a third season.
Yes.
I still have 13 from the second
You
season
really
on my
don't want to.
DVR, so I keep thinking if it gets up to 95%, I'll delete those 13 episodes.
The following is so bad. I did like, what was it? Revolution I really loved. Really liked Revolution. And then it got bad at the end, and then the second season we've talked about when he gets alive from lightning bugs.
Revolution got bad about 5 episodes in.
I would say 7, maybe.
I mean, it was
But I
going,
really was
it was
excited.
going nowhere and going nowhere fast.
Yes. I didn't like how they were always so well kept. It doesn't make sense when you're out in the woods for 60 days.
I used to really love the movie The Neverending Story,
Oh.
and then I watched it recently. And it's completely dependent on special effects, and the special effects are terrible compared to anything in the last 20 years. Anything in the last 20 years.
I was never a big Neverending Story fan.
I was a big Neverending Story fan.
2, Neverending Story 2 was awesome.
I was going to say, I think the best part about the Neverending Story was the theme song is sung by Lamal.
I don't remember that song at all.
I think it was the
Neverending Story.
Are you serious? Oh, God. I think that was Lamb Chop, isn't it? This is the song that doesn't end. It goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was. You dirty
continue
wankers.
singing it
forever
together just
Because this is a song that doesn't end. Bump, bump. Okay.
But Lamal, famous for being the lead singer of Kaja Gugu,
Oh, yeah, Kaja Gugu.
did the theme song to The Neverending Story.
Okay. Next.
Oh, God, do we really have to read Doctor Number 1?
We did mention this a couple weeks ago when you were sick.
Oh, did we?
About dinosaurs in a mall.
Jurassic 5, Dinosaurs in a Mall. Who could save the day? Paul Blart.
Okay, so listen up, dum-dums.
He's a great kazoo.
Yes. A lot of our fans out there and listeners, thank you for listening. And some people have taken issues with me. Not issues, but they're worried about me and my blood pressure because I hate Kevin James so much. That I've gotten many tweets, from different fans and different shows asking if I'm going to be okay. And they keep asking Paul Blart and Kevin James questions now. In fact, 365 Films, hold on, let me get this here.
365 Flicks.
Flicks, sorry. Let's see here. He did ask which one was better, Paul Blart or Paul Blart 2. Okay, that's not nice. And I know you're from UK. And I do like your show a lot. But...
And oh God, the one guy made the other guy watch Norbit.
Yes, never watched Norbit. No.
His Kevin James new movie, I'm actually interested to see.
Pixels?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's not in that movie. No, he is not in that movie because it looks halfway okay. Neither is Adam Sandler. He's not in it either. I did like the part that...
Okay.
But Peter Dinklage and Josh Gad.
Yes, I like those too. I did like when the creator of Pac-Man starts reaching up at Pac-Man. It's okay. Why are you... Kill it! I thought that was kind of humorous.
I just hope that's not the funniest part of the movie.
I think it will be. So, Paul Blart versus Paul Blart 2. I'm going to say Paul Blart was better. I never saw Paul Blart 2. I saw the extended 5-minute trailer.
Ooh.
It was before a movie, and I had to watch it, and it was rough.
It was a 5-minute trailer.
Yes, before the Kingsman. Yeah.
5-minute
Yes.
trailer?
Maybe it just felt like 5 minutes.
And Kevin James introduces it and said, here's my the extended look at my new movie. It was at least 3 minutes, at least.
Oh, now it's half the length that it was before.
3 minutes still feels like 6 hours when you're talking Paul Blart 2.
But
It was awful. I know Paul Blart 1's got to be better, but that's like saying, would you rather be keyholed or drawn and quartered for your death? It's kind of a push.
Keelhauled.
Yeah. We did get a request that we have to do top 5, torture methods in the past. Like,
Okay.
guillotine, keelhaul.
I think those are execution methods.
Whatever,
not necessarily
execution
torture.
methods, not torture, execution methods.
top 5 Kevin James movies.
Torture methods.
Kevin James. I like it. I like that. Michael Bay, Yui Bull. There's your two other torturers. So, thank you, 365. What else do we got from number 1? Let's finish it up.
Dr. Number 1 wants to know, with Jarrett Stoll facing felony drug charges, idiot, should his girlfriend, Erin Andrews, be taken off Dancing with the Stars?
I don't think so, because she's not the one that did it.
Yeah, but guilty by association.
Okay, to kick her off. You know what? Cancel the show.
I agree.
Cancel it.
I didn't even know Erin Andrews was on Dancing with the Stars.
I didn't even know Dancing with the Stars was on. Obviously, it was a couple weeks ago. We got this one.
I didn't know that they weren't on drugs already.
Well, on drugs is different. He got busted for having enough to distribute. He's a professional hockey player.
He got enough to kill a horse.
And he is pretty much, I think, was going to Las Vegas to try and he's either buying or selling a lot to take somewhere else and sell.
So you shouldn't be able to dance for other people's entertainment if you're
Dance,
a criminal?
boogie, dance!
If your boyfriend is a criminal.
If your boyfriend's a criminal?
Yes, I'm going to say yes. Can we just go with that? And shout out to Edmonton Oilers. They're actually doing stuff in the draft and everything else.
Oh, they're drafting the best player available? with the number one
No, they're
pick?
trying to make some moves. I'm kind of worried. Toronto did say today they're not trading Phil Kessel, so thanks a lot for that.
Well, maybe they should trade Phil Kessel. Maybe they should get rid of everybody but Phil Kessel.
No, Kessel is the cancer in the locker
That's
room.
what you say. Maybe
I do say it.
If everybody else was gone and they brought in Phil Kessel friends, then he wouldn't be the cancer in the locker room.
As Gambit would say, I do declare I am right. Oh, here's my French croissant, charged up. There's your listener feedback.
Ow, that hurts.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so News of the Geek. Deadline is reporting that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson
Woo, go Rock.
has signed on to star in New Line Cinema's upcoming adaptation of 1980s arcade game Rampage. Project has been in the works since 2011. Can't go wrong with that.
I just am trying to figure out what the storyline.
Well, I'll tell you what the Rampage was about.
I know what the game was about.
The Rock's going to be one of the guys that he takes out of the window and eats.
That's going to be his starring role.
But Vin Diesel will kick those monsters' asses because
Yeah!
Vin Diesel can kick the Rock's ass any day of the week.
And then play Dungeons and Dragons.
He can do that.
Yes.
Go Vin.
I love the game Rampage. It was a great game.
Oh, I loved it. I plugged a lot of quarters into that game.
My wife and I bought that on the Xbox 360 to play. So, the Rampage arcade puts players in the role of 3 monsters: George the Gorilla, Lizzie the Lizard, and Ralph the Werewolf, attempting to reduce various North American cities to rubble. The military goes against them during the video game. New Line is keeping plot specifics of the film under wraps. Really? What's the plot? The attack. But Deadline reports that Johnson's character gets in the monster's way.
Oh, I was hoping he was going to be somebody who turned into one of the monsters.
That would be funny. Maybe Lizzie. That would be cool. I saw him in The Tooth Fairy. Wasn't he in that one?
Yes,
The
he
Rock
was in the Tooth Fairy.
I don't know about this.
But I don't think he was in the Tooth Fairy 2.
No, he wasn't. That was Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, God, that's right.
Why do I know that?
I don't know. Why do you know that?
Pointless knowledge.
Was Kevin James in that one too?
No, he was in 3. And I was kidding, I hope. Oh, God.
Oh, God, you hope.
Fuck you, Kevin James. I will say I would like to see... I'm all for this movie being made as long as they bring out a new game. I'm for that. I want to see Rampage on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, but it will be... They'll
like a
throw
gritty
in
version.
so many bells and whistles, and it'll be like open sandbox. It just won't be the same game.
That would be kind of cool, actually. An open sandbox version of Rampage, just going anywhere. Grand Theft Auto Rampage.
And then it wouldn't be too hard to work the original game into it. Like you could go into an arcade and play it.
See? And I want to say I think they did add a 4th monster in one of the updated versions, and I can't remember what it was.
A Gia monster?
No.
A gecko?
Yes, a gecko. It just sticks to the building. They did a sloth.
Ah, sloth.
Let's see. According to Deadline, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be getting a slight retool in the 3rd season, making it much more about superheroes, following closely on the events of the 2nd season finale, which I finally watched.
Finally.
Yes. Marvel today announced that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3 will be bringing the Secret Warriors from the Marvel Comics.
I'm trying to remember who the Secret Warriors are.
They're warriors that are secret.
Oh,
I think Quake Daisy runs them.
Okay.
I can't remember who was exactly in it. I did send this out there. A couple of our listeners did tweet back, said Mockingbird will probably be in it. In the TV show.
Well, Mockingbird's already in the TV show. Deathlock's already in the TV show.
But there would be the Secret Warriors.
Well, that would make sense since they already have those characters.
What happens to Fitz, though? That's my question. Do you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I've seen a handful of episodes, but I haven't watched it through.
2nd season gets a lot better. Actually, the second half of the 1st season is really good. Everything that happens after Captain America... The Winter Soldier, it connects to it. It's really good. First couple episodes are a little rough.
Did I tell you I saw Winter Soldier finally?
Did you like it?
Oh, I thought it was phenomenal.
It was
by
amazing.
Far the best Marvel movie that I've seen. Like, by far. Like,
See, I think it's ties on Guardians of the Galaxy. It's
Guardians
close.
of the Galaxy was good, but I thought that it just opened up so it was like, were the Nazis the good guys? Or, I guess...
Hydra or whatever, yeah.
Were they the good guys or weren't they? And it didn't really answer the question. And it was dark. It was very deep. I loved that movie.
And I love Falcon. Love Falcon.
Yeah, I was... my son was really upset he wasn't in the new Avengers.
Yeah, he's in it for like 2 minutes. Yeah. What's up with that shit? Where's he at?
I'm looking for a big part in the Winter Soldier.
They said, he's looking for Bucky. Fuck that! You got Ultron attacking. I think you can stay off your missing persons case for a second.
He's going to be in the next ones.
Thank God.
He joined the Avengers at the end.
Thank God.
He was in the group.
Yeah. Can we kick War Machine out of the Avengers in the next one? I don't care about that character at all. And I like Don Cheadle.
I like War Machine. I have no problem with War Machine. I like War Machine better than I liked Iron Man before.
The movies.
Like in the books, I'm like, it's Tony Stark. I don't like him. Bring in War Machine instead.
Well, Secret Wars, the TV show, they said Daisy's friend, the doctor with the blue laser coming out of his hand and that, he'll be in it too because he's a good guy now.
The blue laser? Wasn't it electricity?
Whatever,
the blue laser. He had electricity
He's
powers.
a full-time member next season. They signed him on.
I really hate Vision.
I like Vision.
Really?
He's like just so all power. He's like Superman. I hate Superman.
Yeah, I hate Superman too. I don't like Vision in the comic books, but I like him in the movie.
I liked him in the comics.
I didn't like him in the movie. He seemed too powerful. He seemed like... He seemed like the blue guy from Watchmen, except for not nearly as
Dr.
deep
Manhattan.
and cool as as Dr. Manhattan from
and
Watchmen.
less penis on the screen too than Dr. Manhattan.
Well, he had a nice penis.
Dr. Manhattan? Oh well, it's not.
Well, we haven't seen the Visions yet. He might not even have one since he's just a robot.
I don't know. How's he going to pleasure Scarlet Witch?
I don't know. Penis fingers.
Nobody wants penis fingers.
That was a winning card in Cards Against Humanity this weekend.
So I'm intrigued by Secret Warriors. I think that's cool. Do you have that, Jeff? Who was in Secret Warriors?
Let's see.
It was from 09 to 11,
Quake,
2009.
Slingshot, Stonewall, Eden Fessy, the Druid, Phobos, and Hellfire.
Yep.
Are those G.I. Joe characters?
They sound
They
like
could
it,
be.
don't they?
I do have the Secret Warriors run. It's good.
But it looks like it was Nick Fury put the group together.
Yeah.
So.
I think that was Hickman, too, wasn't it? I believe that's Hickman.
Creators are Bendis and Malakav.
That's right, Bendis.
Maleev.
Yeah, that's who it was. No, I'm intrigued by it. I think it would be kind of cool. Do you like the Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Jeff? This
I
season?
really like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's my favorite comic TV show that's on right now.
I like how they redeemed the Doctor at the end, Daisy's dad, Sky's dad. I'm
Wasn't
okay
really
with that.
redeemed, but
Well, they wiped his mind clear.
They mind wiped him before he went crazy.
I was getting annoyed with the mom.
Oh yeah,
She was annoying.
But she was a good bad guy though.
Yeah. Very upset Simmons is gone. Got taken by the Void or whatever that is.
We're not sure what's up yet.
Yeah.
I don't think she's dead.
I don't think so either. She's too cute to be dead.
Exactly. Too cute to die.
But I do like the season. I do like it. So, let's see here. Some quickies. Jake Lloyd, who played Anakin in the Star Wars prequels, was arrested for leading the police on a car chase, topping 100 miles an hour.
See, what I never was able to find out is why did they start chasing him in the first place?
I don't know. And I didn't care enough to look.
Okay.
I
tried to
research.
find out. Well, not really. I read one story and tried to find other stories, but I couldn't find out why they chased him in the first place. I mean, were they just speeding and then they chased him, or...
I think he's a cheeky monkey, to be honest with you, but that's just me.
Wait, isn't that the guy who ruined Star Wars? Get him!
That wasn't George Lucas.
But yeah, good old Anakin. He's scary now. He scares me. I saw some pictures, and his attitude scares me too. I was picked on for being Anakin. Well, shut the fuck up.
I was watching the prequels with my son, and he is such a bad actor. Like, I didn't realize the first time I saw it, but it was like noticeably bad. Like, it's rare that you see a movie where an actor is noticeably bad. Like,
Are you an angel?
Like everybody who played Anakin in the prequels.
Hayden Christensen, you could do so better. Let's see, Kevin Feige, come on the show and tell us how it's at. Stated the next Spider-Man movie will be more John Hughes-like in tone and will feature new villains not yet seen in prior films.
That's great. He's going to give his underpants to a geek.
Yay! John Hughes, he said because it's more teenager angst and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Is Toby in this yet?
That's what I read. It's like, 18-year-old
Holland or
whatever is going to be the new Peter Parker. Well, does that mean 40-year-old Tobey Maguire will be the new Uncle Ben?
That would be awesome. I keep hearing Mysterio is going to be the bad guy.
They haven't had him yet, have they?
Nope.
Well, then that makes sense.
Or Hydro Man. I'm going for Hydro Man.
I don't even know Hydro.
The water guy. The water guy.
Was his name Hydro Man?
I think so. Hydro something. Maybe Hydro. I don't know.
They haven't had the Vulture, have they?
No, I've also heard Scorpion is up there too. I could see Scorpion as maybe a lesser villain in it that he beats up in the beginning. I still say the other Spider-Man movies fucked it up because I still say the first couple of minutes of each one of those, especially 2 and 3 and, the amazing ones in that, he should have been beating up a lesser villain in the beginning just to introduce it. Like, hey, there's Shocker. He's never going to get his own movie. Throw him in there. Spider-Man beats him up at the very beginning, the first 10 minutes. Starts the movie off with an action scene, and it gets the fanboys excited because there's a bad guy that you're never going to think you saw.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kind of like James Bond used to do.
Exactly.
Start off with an action scene that has nothing to do with the rest of the movie.
Or end the film with an action scene about ready to start with versus Rhino. Fuck you, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Fuck you. God.
Yeah, when I finally got around to seeing the movie, I was very disappointed in.
But Jamie Foxx turned into Electro by electric eels.
Yeah.
That was like Batman and Robin shit movie. Like,
well, not that bad.
Close.
Not that bad.
Oh, I'm just going to connect these wires.
Oh, well, I mean, the original Batman, the Tim Burton Batman, I mean, come on, the Joker fell in the vat of acid.
That's timely. That's even in the comic books.
I don't care. It's still just as stupid as falling into a pit of electric eels.
Acid has been proven to turn guys nuts. That's a fact.
Oh, he fell
eels
into...
have been proven to turn guys electric.
It's electric.
He fell into a vat of LSD. That's what
my bad. Wrong thing.
And I thought the origins of the Joker are so convoluted that nobody knows what's real.
Which is great.
Yeah, but you can't tell me that it's fact that he actually fell into a vat of
I didn't like the
acid.
version of the Joker in Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll agree with you on that. He is best laid as a mystery man. Don't need to know his background.
He wasn't in Mystery Men.
Shut up. The bowler. The Dark Knight was great because you didn't know Joker. You didn't know he told so many different stories how he got the scars.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's what you need.
I agree.
Let's see. Gotham Season 2 will focus on hints of Batman/Bruce Wayne's dual personality.
Going the wrong direction.
Yeah, I think Batman's the least interesting part of that show.
Please, send Bruce Wayne away. Just send him to military school or
boarding
someplace.
school.
Yes.
He's gone for 3-4 years.
And they keep...
To the Himalayas, to what's-his-face.
Yeah, Raja Ghul, just do it. But I'm only 13. Shut the fuck up. You're out. Alfred needs some alone time.
Here's my hot 13-year-old daughter. You'll hook up with her later.
Have a good day. You have a son. I think the showrunners are just going the wrong way with it. Like you said, I mean, I think they're confusing like people's excitement for some of the guys for Bruce Wayne. No, nobody likes Bruce Wayne. I've yet to see one person that likes Bruce Wayne.
He's a whiny little kid in this.
He's a fucking brat.
The Riddler's fascinating. I love the Riddler.
Yes. And I
like the Penguin. I love the Penguin.
I like the mob stories, except for Fish. Fish was annoying at the end.
Fish stories were good in the beginning.
Okay.
But pretty much when she disappeared and that whole
doctor,
the hospital scene with the doctor, whatever.
Dollmaker.
Yeah, and the whole poking her eye out
with the spoon.
Yeah.
Was he a real villain?
Dollmaker is a real villain. Yeah. I don't know if he was a doctor. I don't remember. He's had a couple backstories too, different origins. I thought that was creepy when he showed Fish, the guy that's there. That's creepy.
The one guy who used to work for him, but since she outsmarted him, he's turning him into Frankenstein.
Yeah. When I saw Gotham, I got caught up, and I saw the ending, and I saw the Batcave, and I looked up, and I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. No, you don't need it. Doug, number one fan, was right. Should have killed Bruce Wayne in the very beginning.
And then you can focus on the city of Gotham.
And I'm actually going with what Nickel says, too. I think they should have done it with Batman already in the city. And I think they should have done a Gotham Central of just the cops and seeing what happened.
Well, then they would have just done Gotham Central.
Yeah, and that's fine.
I mean, hell, we all agree that if they were going to be doing a early Batman movie, the Kevin Smith...
the boarding school one would have been better.
From Batman on Batman 51.
Yeah, because that would have been at least funny in its take. Like, it would have been okay to be tongue-in-cheek to have all these guys. Yeah, I don't know. It's not looking good. So, I'm losing interest on that show really, really quick. I do have some news. Here we go. Let me get it here. I do have... Hold on. The comic book resources and a couple comic book sites today released the new Marvel comic books that are coming out after Secret Wars.
Are they all number ones?
Yeah. Some of them, they're basically rebooting the whole universe.
Yeah.
Carnage is getting his own series.
Fuck Carnage.
Web Warriors, which will include the Spider-Man from India, which is actually pretty cool.
I didn't even know there was one.
Spider-Ham, yes, the pig. Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man Noir.
Like the one from The Simpsons?
Yeah, about the Spider... Was it from The Simpsons?
Pig?
It's pretty much similar to Spider-Pig. He's a pig.
Does whatever a Spider-Pig
It's not literally...
does.
He is a pig, but it's a cartoon version of a pig.
Can he swing
It's
from
really bad.
a web? No, he can't. He's a pig.
Spider UK, Spider-Gwen, I don't even care. Spider-Man 2099 gets another reboot. Spider-Woman...
Is he going to be in 2099 or is he still in
I have
modern
no idea.
times?
It looks like he is in the 2999. Spider-Woman #1, parent by day, hero by night, and in the cover, she's about 9 months pregnant.
Oh, I was about to ask which Spider-Woman it was.
Jessica Drew. But she's
Julia Carpenter already has a child, so that would make sense if they went with
and
her.
they said just go with her. Like, You already have it, and it's a better character. So Daredevil 1 looks like Gambit is going to be his apprentice in it.
Apprentice?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you can do a Gambit impression.
Oh, I am Gambit! Look at my washboard abs, I'm played by Tates! Yeah! Here's my French croissant! Vroom, powered up! Look at me, Tates!
Thanks, Morris.
I don't know if it's by coincidence, but 365 Flex podcast refers to Channing Tatum as Tates. I want to know if you took that from us, guys! Are you close personal friends with Tatum like Jeff is?
That's true. I mean, I was given permission by Tates himself.
Yes. So I was listening to them. I cracked up at that. Howling Commandos, whatever. To fight the monsters of the world, we need the monsters of the night. So it's Dum Dum Dugan, but it's Man-Thing, Hit Monkey, Werewolf by Night, and an undead Jasper Stillwell. No idea. Amazing Spider-Man 1. One of them has... the Amazing Spider-Man 1. In the new reboot universe, Peter Parker is a billionaire. And he's a Playboy billionaire.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
And he has a Spider-Man bike, or a Spider-Man car. And the reason is he's going international to stop stuff. It is so bad looking.
Oh, Lord.
So bad.
But the New York one, Spider-Man, is going to be Miles Morales.
Yeah, so I'm okay with that, with Peter Parker training him, which I like that idea. Ant-Man number 1, he may be going bad. Who knows? Silk number 1.
Well, which Ant-Man is it?
Scott Lang.
Scott Lang.
Here we go. Here's the X-Men ones I want to talk about.
Okay.
Uncanny Avengers. That's the one X-Men. It's
X-Men Avenger crossover,
Spider-Man, obviously. Quicksilver.
Why is it obvious that Spider-Man?
Because Spider-Man's like the Marvel version of Batman. He's in everything.
That was Wolverine.
Well, now Batman's in everything for DC. Brother Voodoo, Steve Rogers, who's now old in it.
Yeah.
Rogue, Human Torch, and Deadpool. And so,
okay.
Uncanny X-Men. Looks like it's Magneto, Psylocke, Mystique, Phantom X, and Sabretooth.
Oh, God. Seriously?
Let's see.
Every villain in... that villain that became a X-Men at one point in time, they're all...
all new X-Men.
Oh, they're going to have Psylocke and Sabretooth on the same team?
They don't like each other, do they?
No, because Sabretooth almost killed Psylocke when he eviscerated her once.
Oh. That should be fun.
Yeah.
All new X-Men, Teenage Beast, Teenage Cyclops, Angel, and Iceman, along with X-23, who's in the Wolverine suit.
Teenage Jean Grey?
No.
Oh, jeez.
But here's the thing. So they have the teenage version, and X-23 is in the present day.
Yeah.
So you have the teenage version, and now you're going to have the adult version of the same ones. It's like, how...
Well, it's the story where they they're still stuck in our time.
They still should have cleaned that up somehow.
But it's the best X book out there right now. It was,
but personally, after the reboot, they should have just cleaned out the older X-Men, just made it the teenage ones if you want to do it that way. If you're going to do it, do it.
Yeah, but what's the point of continuing writing stories if you're just going to go back to...
let's see. Extraordinary X-Men is going to have Iceman.
Is it Extraordinary?
No.
Oh.
No, not yet. It will be now if they listen. Adult Iceman, Storm, Adult Colossus, Magic, Old Man Logan, and Teenage Jean Grey. There's your Teenage Jean Grey. And Nightcrawler. I like Nightcrawler.
I like Nightcrawler.
Let's see. I'm just going through some of these. Hawkeye's in there. Sam Wilson, a.k.a. Falcon, is the new Captain America. New Avengers is Songbird, Hawkeye, Wiccan, Hulkling from the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
Squirrel Girl.
Oh, I'm on board now.
And I like this one, Sunspot. I like Sunspot.
Isn't she in the Midwest Avengers?
Great Lakes
Avengers.
Not anymore.
No, I actually, most of those characters I like Songbird, Hawkeye, Sunspot. I'm if I continue reading anyone, that's probably the one I'm most apt to want to read.
Guardians of the Galaxy is now Venom. He was in it before the reboot.
Yeah, I heard that.
He actually wasn't bad because it's Flash Thompson. Drax.
That's not bad. Flash Thompson.
Drax, Rocket, a new female Star-Lord. And you know who the Star-Lord is, the female version? Kitty Pryde. I'm not kidding.
Oh, because, she kind of had a fling with Star-Lord or something.
Thing and Groot.
Thing?
Yes.
God.
So yeah, there's some of them. Drax the Destroyer is getting his own series, and that's going to be written by actually CM Punk, the wrestler. Let's see.
What's going to happen to Peter Quill?
He's got his own Star-Lord book.
Oh, okay.
So Vision is getting his own book. Let's see here. There's another one, all new, all different Avengers. This one, I don't even know. It's another Avengers. It's Thor, Vision, Ms. Marvel, Miles Morales Spider-Man, which would be kind of cool. Nova, Iron Man, and Captain America.
Which Thor? Is it the female Thor?
Yes, Jane Foster.
And it's...
Iron Man is actually Tony Stark. It is Tony Stark.
But Captain America
is Sam Wilson.
Sam Wilson.
Yes.
So.
And then that's about it. So there's some of them. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame him for wanting to shake things up, but...
The Peter Parker is bad.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you making him a billionaire? And, like, he has his own tower and everything. So they're like, so he's Tony Stark now?
Yeah,
like, basically.
much.
And it's like, part of the appeal of Spider-Man is because he's a teenager. He's like us.
Or even as he got older, he was just, your average Joe. He's, working as a photographer and... I suppose trying to make some money doing science-y things.
But see, we can't write for a married couple, so we have to get rid of that marriage. Yeah. That is actually one of the reasons they broke up Mary Jane and Peter Parker in the comic books, Jeff Morris, is because the writers said they didn't know how to write a married couple. How what? Do you live in a basement?
Like, then take them off that book, because that book is about a married couple.
Yes!
All right, is that the end of our...
yes, thank you. Yes.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
So not only can you catch us on iTunes, Stitcher, if you have Android app, or Android phones, you can catch us on Geek Life Radio, Geek Life, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. on Eastern. Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern.
10 a.m. Eastern.
Radio Blitz at 9 a.m. on Saturdays as Eastern Time. So we're all over the place, along with our new website that we hooked up with, nerdly.co.uk.
Yes, you can find us there, along with plenty of other fun geek stuff there.
And as always, we're on musingsofageek.com. Their network, Wicket Radio Network, which is awesome, with Snake Oil and a couple other friends of ours. Danger Entertainment, like you just heard. And Tangent Bound Network. So a lot of good ones there.
Plenty of places to find us, and while you're looking at us at those places, look at some of the other great podcasts that are along on those networks also.
Yeah, 365 Flicks, Bearded Ones, lots of good ones. Graphic Novice.
Pittsburgh Nerd.
Pittsburgh Nerd's a good one. So give your love to everybody. But also, like I said, nerdly.co.uk. Woo!
All right.
Love your British listeners. Cheeky good time.
Wow. It's time to grab your balls of fury. It's Plotlines with Jeff and Jason.
And Morris.
Yes, Scab Blake. Randall Holt, RJ Holt, 666. He's not evil. Just made that way. Chemical Wedding from 2008. I'm intrigued.
Chemical Wedding.
Plotlines is a viewer, or a listener, I'm sorry.
Viewer.
We're not on TV yet. Listener sends us a movie we have never heard before, and they give us the year, and we try to figure out what it's about. We can all work together or separately. We try to figure out who stars in it. So
2008.
Well, it could have both Tara Reid and Vin Diesel.
It could. Chemical Wedding.
But I haven't heard of it, which means that it's probably not Vin Diesel. But we have run into movies I haven't heard of.
I'm going to say Tates is in it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say Tates. I'm going to say it's basically him and his fiance are getting married. But I'm going to say that it's interrupted by mobsters or bad guys, gangs of some sort. Yeah.
Gangstas or gangsters?
Because he was a cop.
Oh, okay.
And they kidnap her, and he tries to save them. Kind of like The Marine, the movie The Marine.
Oh, jeez.
Or I could go with the comedy.
Don't make me talk about Rock Candy.
What does chemical have to do with your story?
It's a violent... explosion.
The gangsters are drug dealers.
Yes. Yes.
I was thinking it was more the lines of some sort of rip-off of like a Sid and Nancy thing or a Kurt and Courtney thing where it's just some drug-induced couple who's trying to get married.
A different direction.
And the trials and tribulations of being
like true romance.
Like true romance. Yeah, kind of that sort of vein. Who would be in this?
Tate. Casper Van Dien.
No, I'm not going to
Tara Reid.
Van Dien. Tara Reid could be in it. She could play a very good drug-induced hooker. Yeah.
Never come on the show. Never.
And let's see.
You know what? I'm going to change mine. I'm going to say Tate and this girl, I don't know who, they get drunk in Vegas and they get married. And they're trying to get annulment on it, but on the way to get the annulment, they run into a lot of crazy situations and scenarios, and they end up falling in love.
What wasn't that an Ashton Kutcher Cameron
Fuck
Diaz
movie? I'm going with it still.
All right.
That's what I'm going with. Morris, what's yours?
I'm going Joshua Jackson in it.
Oh, I love Joshua Jackson. Love me some Joshua Jackson. He might be up for Canadian of the Year.
I'm going more along the horror movie type of thing.
Okay.
There's a chemical spill right next to the
zombie or to the beavers.
Right next to the wedding that's going on.
Okay.
And it gets on somebody who turns into this zombie-like creature who breaks into the wedding and starts killing people, and then it ends up like a zombie movie, and the bride and the groom are locked into the.
I like that.
Into the belfry of the church in the final scene, and
do they survive?
Reid kills the last.
Oh, so you're saying Tara Reid?
I'm saying Tara Reid.
Okay.
And Vin Diesel.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to forgive myself for the one time I didn't say Vin Diesel and it was Vin Diesel on Plotlines.
You did. So what we got?
We have storyline here. In 1947, noted neo-pagan Aleister Crowley dies. In Cambridge, 43 years later, with the help of a computer, Crowley's spirit takes over the body of Hado, a mild-mannered, stuttering Don.
How does a computer help that?
Oh, it was with the help of a computer.
Oh, okay.
Over 4 days, as Crowley prepares for an occult extravaganza, bodies pile up.
He's in my zombie book.
Crowley's elect engage in rites of passage, and Leah, a red-headed campus reporter, sniffs out a story that puts her in grave danger.
Oh, I get a grave.
Grave danger? Is there any other kind?
No. Crowley's in your book, Zombies. True story of the Titanic. On Amazon.
A scientist, recently arrived from Caltech, may hold the key to her destiny.
Who does it star?
No one I've heard of. Simon Callow, Cal Weber, Lucy Cudden, Judd Charlton, Paul McDowell, John Shrapnel.
Oh, John Shrapnel.
Oh, Sharpnell.
Oh, I don't know him. Shrapnel, I know. Shrapnel.
Richard Franklin, Mike Shannon, Helen Miller, Jeff
Helen
Breton.
Keller?
Helen Keller?
Wow.
Helen Miller.
She's
Sean
a hell of an
Ray,
actress, if that's her.
Nestrop, Robert Ashby, and Esme Bianco.
What the hell did you see, RJ Holt?
What does that have to do with chemical wedding?
I don't know.
Nothing in that had wedding or chemical in it.
You need to watch it because it could have a wedding in it. You don't know. It doesn't sound like it.
It really doesn't sound chemically or wedding.
No.
It sounds occulty and computery.
So if you have plot lines, if you have a movie, send us. It's goofy. Send it on over. We'd love to take a stab at it. Thank you, Randall Holt, for that one. Keep them coming.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right, in the bombs this week, we really don't have bombs. We'll have to talk about, well, I suppose Ted 2 was expected to make in the mid-50s and only made 33 in its opening weekend. So, but I still don't think 33 should be considered
a bomb.
The bomb. I'm actually surprised it made that much.
I am too.
But from Doug wanted to let us know that Inside Out which we questioned last week about being the first Pixar movie not to finish #1 in its first week of release.
At $90 million.
At $90 million. Inside Out made the most money ever without being #1 at the box office. The previous record holder was The Day After Tomorrow when it made $68 million.
Day After Tomorrow.
Terrible movie.
Yes. I remember Morris telling me, you know which animals are going to attack because the ones that are going to attack are CGI. The other ones are real animals. And the wolves are all CGI except for 2. And it's like, they're going to attack. Thank you.
Of all the things I've said, that's the thing that you remember?
About that movie, yes. About that movie. Because it was so bad.
But that's the first thing you've ever brought up that I remember this one time, a long time ago, when Morris said...
That's about it.
That and the red dress.
Yes, the red dress and Schindler's List. Day After Tomorrow was not good.
No. But it had a record until Inside Out beat it.
$90 million and in second place. That's pretty funny.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That means a lot of people went to the movie that week.
Yes.
Well, might as well start with what the top 5 of the weekend of June 26th to the 28th.
Okay.
Jurassic World again, #1, 54 more million for a total of $500 million on a budget of $150 million.
I think it made a profit.
Inside Out made another $52 million over the weekend, bringing its total to $185, which passes its budget of $175 million.
I think it's going to be around for a little bit.
It will be. Ted 2 made $33 million, which was lower than they were expecting, but higher than I was, in its opening weekend on a budget of $85 million.
How is that $85 million?
They had to pay Marky Mark a lot.
I guess.
Max was #4. It made $12 million on its opening weekend on a $20 million budget, so it looks like it'll get its money back.
They said the studios were expecting around 12 to 14, so they weren't disappointed. You know what? The more I look at it, I don't dislike it. I kind of think it could be fun, like a good family film.
It could be. It just doesn't seem to be something I particularly would be interested in, but I'm not saying it's bad.
They said a lot of the critics said were ripping on the studio for how they marketed it, because they said, so is it a family film? Is it a war film? What is it? And they said they didn't do a good job marketing it.
No, I think it was supposed to be a feel-good family film, but they make a big deal about the military. And now, granted, that's why the dog is there, because it was a military dog.
The previews on TV and the previews in the movie theater are completely different.
Yes, they are. In the movie theater, it's like, oh, I feel depressed after watching this.
It's a sad family film.
It is a sad, like Old Yeller. Yeah, Jinx.
And it looked like a comedy in the TV promos.
Yeah, like, it's all happy.
It's a dog.
Oh, he's so cute.
Dogs are funny.
Is this a new Air Bud movie?
He has a basketball. In the movie trailer in the theaters, it's like, oh, he has post-traumatic stress disorder. Oh, wow, that's depressing. Thank you.
He wants to kill everybody,
including
his owner. Yes. Which is not how the TV promo came off at all.
Okay, Jeff, what's next?
Fifth, Spy made another $8 million for a total of $88 million on a $65 million budget.
Okay.
So expect to see more Melissa McCarthy starring roles.
Ghostbusters, they released the first photos of their outfits.
And?
Looks kind of like the old outfits.
Oh, okay.
I don't like Melissa McCarthy.
Really?
I don't like her. I don't think she's that funny.
I think she can be, but a lot of the stuff she's done isn't. So.
I'm intrigued by Spy. I will watch it when it comes on Netflix. I won't go pay for it, but I heard good things. I like her. I think I like the idea of her. I think she could be very funny. I think the things she chooses is not the best.
Has the Seth MacFarlane bubble burst, do you think?
Yeah. Between this and, was it 88 Ways to Die in the West or whatever? That bombed.
Yeah, that didn't do well. I think Ted will probably end up making its money back.
But are people all of the reason that Ted 2 got made, the reason that a million
ways to die was not
88.
I just picked an arbitrary number. 88, sure.
And Family Guy doesn't have the following that it once had, I don't feel.
No, it still does well. but I think you have the same people that watch it every time, and that's it.
But I would sell his stock now if I had stock.
Good point. If I had Seth MacFarlane stock, I would.
His Oscars did not go over well with critics. His Oscar telecast.
And I think Melissa McCarthy might be right there at the very top of where I think it's time to sell her.
I don't know. Spy's doing well. It kind of depends. She's got.
This is the apex.
I think Ghostbusters.
I think it depends on what Ghostbusters does.
I think Ghostbusters is the apex.
I'm selling my stock now.
Oh, Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa
You
McCarthy.
know what? That could be a fun game. Buy, sell.
Buy and sell.
Buy, sell.
I'm selling Melissa McCarthy right now.
Okay, who are you buying? Anybody you buying? Any stock? Who are you buying stock in?
I'm holding on to my Chris Pratt stock.
Yes, I am. You know what? I'm doubling up on it.
Everything in Chris Pratt.
I think that's getting ready to split.
And split again. What about J.J. Abrams? Would you sell his stock?
Right now, no.
Well, I got Star Wars coming out.
Yeah, I'd at least wait till Star Wars is out before I'd sell his
think
stock.
he's peaked. I think he's peaked after Star Wars. I like him. I
at least want the Star Wars payoff before I sell
I would
stock,
too.
Though.
Yeah, I'm not selling that until Star Wars.
You just see J.J. Abrams go for $100 and show down to zero after Star Wars. Well, everyone's sold.
Just like my George Lucas stock. Damn George Lucas
You
stock.
held on to it for too long.
Oh no! Come on, George Lucas stock got you. You got part of the billions that he sold.
What is this? The Hollywood Stock Exchange? Remember that website that you used to do?
Oh, I remember.
I thought it was gold after Willow.
I remember years ago we did. There was a website that did fantasy film leagues.
Yeah, it's the Hollywood Stock Exchange.
Well, that isn't what we did.
HSX. Oh, you might be a different one. Sorry.
Might be a different one. Where you would say you're casting a film, so you pick like one director and like 6 actors or actresses that would be in your film, and I suppose for a year, whenever those actors or actresses or director, whatever films they had, where they finished in the box office, you got so many points based on if they were a lead role or a supporting role or whatnot, and then you would enter the league against your friends or whatever and see who movie made the most.
I like that.
I don't know if it's still around or not. I mean, we were doing this in the mid to late 90s, I think it was.
I like this new game, buy sell. I like buy sell.
Buy and sell.
I lost money on Val Kilmer after The Island and Dr. Moreau. I thought he was going to do well.
Yeah, I bought Val Kilmer after Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, thinking he was going to go up.
His weight did. That's about it. That's about all I went up.
I think it's past time to sell George Clooney and Brad Pitt too.
You think?
And Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie, I never had.
Matt Damon.
I think he's going up.
You think he's going to go up?
He did.
I'm keeping my Matt. I'll buy some Matt. I'll buy your Matt Damon. You can have my Melissa McCarthy. I'll take your Matt Damon.
Yeah, I'm going to at least hold on to my Melissa McCarthy to see what Ghostbusters does.
Yeah, I would too. I'll hold on to that. It's kind of fun. I'm trying to think what else is out there. Sam Worthington I've sold.
I would have sold Sam Worthington right after Avatar.
I got a good one. Sell Johnny Depp. You have to sell Johnny Depp.
I don't know how Johnny Depp has got to be low now, though.
Yeah, and he does have Pirates coming out. That's going to make at least $200 million.
Of
course, it costs $800 million to make, but
I'm selling Johnny Depp.
I would sell Johnny Depp, but you got a point. I bet you it's low.
If I still have Johnny Depp, it can't be worth a whole lot right now.
Correct.
So if I hadn't already sold Johnny Depp, I might as well just hold on to it.
I think I would have sold it when I saw the first trailer for Mordecai or whatever it's called.
Oh.
I think I sold it right then. Buy, sell.
Ooh, Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm buying him.
Buying him.
Good call. Good call.
Buying.
Yep.
I'll even buy Martin Freeman.
I was just going to say Martin Freeman's being sold. That's complete. It's a 2-for-1. There you go. It's automatic. You get him. What about Paul Rudd? Are you buying him with Ant-Man?
Yeah, I'll buy him.
I would buy Paul Rudd now.
Okay. Paul Bettany I got really cheap after A Knight's Tale. And then I've held on to him for a long time. He's out of vision, so I'm good with that.
I think I sold Heath Ledger after A Knight's Tale. That was a mistake. He only went up from there.
I sold him after the Imaginary of Dr. Polaris or whatever his name is.
You mean his last movie?
Yes. I don't think he's making any more.
I think it's time to sell Darren Aronofsky.
I would have sold him before the fountain or after the fountain.
Yeah, I would have.
But then you would have missed The Wrestler.
I was sold him after The Fountain. Wrestler only made $20 million.
I never saw the rest.
It was good. It was good, but it's like I think I'm okay selling that.
That was the one Darren Aronofsky I never saw.
And what your feeling of Noah?
I hated it.
Oh,
It was terrible.
Never saw it. Never wanted to see
Russell Crowe's got to be low, right? You got to be.
I sold Russell Crowe right after A Beautiful Mind.
I sold it right after he threw a phone at somebody.
Gladiator was before A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah, it was Gladiator, then Beautiful Mind. Yeah.
Gladiator was 2000. Beautiful Mind was 2001.
Yeah. I sold it after he threw a phone. That was it. That was done. I can't have this hostile environment in my portfolio.
I definitely sold before Cinderella Man, and that one probably even did okay at the box office.
It's time to sell. What's his name? The
Jason Segel?
No, the Deadeye guy from Daredevil.
Ben Affleck?
No, the guy who could hit his target every time.
Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell?
Yeah, Colin Farrell.
Especially after True Detective.
He's not getting good reviews
2.
at all for True Detectives.
Spoiler, he got shot.
And honestly, Colin Farrell, if you kept him after Daredevil, you probably made a mistake.
I liked him in Daredevil.
What was his character's name in Daredevil?
Bullseye. I doubled down on Jennifer Garner stock before Elektra. Thought I had it. Boom! It fell out. It took me a while to recover. Took me a long time to recover after that. So I doubled down on George Clooney and Batman and Robin, and that just didn't work out well either. Is it time to sell Jim Carrey? Is anyone
still
buying
Jim Carrey?
Oh, the chick with the buck teeth that won the Oscar from Theory of Everything.
I forgot her name.
I'm buying her stock.
Okay. And I'm buying his stock too, the guy that played
Eddie Redmayne?
Yeah, Eddie Redmayne. I'm buying his stock. So
okay, I got one more.
Okay, last one.
Just curious, Michael Keaton.
I'm selling. I don't think he's going to. I think he next week we have News of the Geek.
If you bought it before Birdman, you'd be in good shape. But now I think it's going to plateau for a little bit.
I feel like he's a Cuba Gooding Jr. He's not going to get much. Like I feel like he's going to get some roles, but I don't think they're going to make any money. I don't think so.
Okay.
So sorry, Michael Keaton. Beetlejuice 2 might do well.
Well, I think the point of the game should be the quality of movies that they make, not so much the money that they make.
I think it'd be both. Let's combine both. Let's do both. I think it has a little bit of both.
So if you make money with great quality, you're really good.
Yes, I like that.
Chris Pratt.
Like Darren Aronofsky, the Noah probably made more than his other movies.
It's
but
true.
It was his worst movie.
I think it did hit $100 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Black Swan was phenomenal. I forgot about that. That was after
Noah.
That was after The Wrestler.
Noah got all the Christian crowd. That's why.
But I thought they all hated it because they
Some did.
They changed the Bible.
Yeah, they said it wasn't
I didn't
accurate.
realize what were they? Tree monsters?
Yeah, like rocks or something that came alive. Yeah,
I missed that.
Oh, there were giant rock monsters that were fighting the people who were trying to kill Noah.
In Noah, the rock monsters come up.
With rock monsters.
Oh.
I like the diehards. Like, well, this isn't accurate. How do you know the Bible's accurate with the Noah thing?
They know the Bible is accurate. Every word in the Bible is 100% true.
I missed the Bible.
Even though it was written by people who could barely write hundreds of years ago.
No, it's like the Star Wars when they added those extra scenes. The people who read the Bible and they saw Noah. That's new. That's new.
That wasn't in the book.
That wasn't in the book.
I want the George Lucas version of the Bible. The King Lucas Bible. I want that.
Rock monsters? Nope, not in the Bible.
There are now.
All right. Upcoming apparently they're opening on Wednesday this week.
Yeah, July 1st.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Well, at least Terminator Genesis. I'm not sure if Magic Mike opening the same day.
Not sure.
But Magic Mike Double XL and Terminator Genesis are the new big ones coming out.
Magic Mike XXL is getting good reviews.
Well, the first one got good reviews. I still don't have any desire to see it.
That's fine, but I have no problem with them making. Good job, Tates.
Yeah, if they want to make the movie and if there's a crowd that wants to see it, as long as it's not a 50 Shades of crap, then I'm probably all right with it.
It's like Showgirls, right?
Exactly. Oh, wait. It's probably better than Showgirls. I just have no desire to see it.
Showgirls.
I almost made my top 5.
Showgirls? For remakes. Does anyone care about Terminator Genesis?
Some people do. I'm not one. But then again, I stopped caring about Terminator after Terminator 2 because I didn't like that movie.
I I liked it at first. I don't like it. I guess that's one of my geek thing. I don't like it anymore, but I did like it when I originally saw it. But anything after that was not good.
I
don't really like the idea anymore.
Yeah, when Schwarzenegger became a good Terminator, that drove me crazy. Edward Furlong was an annoying actor, and I actually wanted them to kill John Connor in Terminator 2.
I hate how they changed the whole time travel theory that they had. That's what made the first one so great.
Yeah.
You couldn't change the past.
Well, I think
it was all happened because of what...
Because he went back in time is the only reason that it even started.
The new on Genesis, they're pushing hard in the preview, in the commercials, like, new timeline, new everything. It's like they're pushing to say, you can jump on now. And it's like, I don't really care. I don't care about the Terminator franchise anymore. Bobby Holt H does have a good one for next week of Fuck, Marry, Kill with all the Terminators. So we have to look at that next week.
Fuck, Marry, Kill with the Terminator?
Yes. I think I'm marrying the woman one, maybe?
I'll fuck the woman one.
So you're marrying Schwarzenegger?
No,
He probably has some money.
Oh, good point. I was going to say
There's
the
a lot
Robert
less sex
Patrick
once you
one,
get married.
but marry Schwarzenegger and just sponge off his money.
Because he's fucking the maid.
While I'm screwing Christina Loken or whatever her name is, and then I'll kill Robert Patrick.
Okay, so quick thing here. Go ahead. Okay, well, let's wrap this up and do hidden gems here for a second.
All right. So for hidden gems, I'll jump on and start this week since we discussed it earlier in the show. There's a couple of games on Kickstarter that I wanted to give some shout-outs to. Have people maybe, if they think they sound interesting, go on and check them out on Kickstarter. First will be Paradox, which finally is now on Kickstarter. It was supposed to go on last summer, but I suppose they decided to take their time and perfect the game instead of rush through it. So hopefully everything is going good on that.
Supposedly the art's a lot better. So.
Well, they're finished. When we talked to them last summer, they only had maybe like 15% of the art done. So in the past year, they got a lot more art done.
I think we're going to see them at Gen Con. So I'm hoping to.
I hope they're at Gen Con.
I think we're going to try to get an interview with them. I want to talk to them.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But Paradox... it's got about 26 days or so left, depending on when you hear this.
Is it almost there?
I think they're a little less than half. I think they're about 10,000. They're looking for 25,000.
Okay.
So
I gotta go on there and get it.
So I would recommend look at it. It's a game that like I said, we were raving about it last year after just seeing the prototype. So hopefully it gets produced or whatnot. And then also there is a game on there called Slaughterville being put out by Rubio Games.
Okay.
Kind of will put you in the middle of, say, a horror movie is what it's like. You pick one of the main characters or whatever, and you have to go to, I think there's like 6 different parts of, the city or whatever where you go to and you meet whatever horror movie trope out there or something, if
axe murder,
something like that. So I from my understanding, it's kind of a co-op game where you guys are all trying to survive Slaughterville.
Okay, I like that.
So that one looks intriguing, and so I'm thinking I'm looking forward to that one.
Is that your 2?
That's my 2.
Okay, we're running out of days for Torso Bear 2. Please. Donate, Kickstarter, do it.
How close are they, do you know?
We're about 70%.
70%?
So, please do it. I will have my full review of that comic book next week, from Brett Uran. I got it right?
All right.
I hope so.
You hope.
Please tell me. No, seriously, please do it. It looks awesome. I'm halfway through Torso Bear, the original, and I'm loving it. So, please do it. Also... this is a different type of hidden gem. So, 50 Shades of Grey author E.L. James announced a Q&A on Twitter on Monday with the hashtag #AskELJames. And it is quite possibly the funniest thing I've ever seen on Twitter. Okay. Why would you open this up for questions? Because people, her critics, and everybody else just ripped her apart. Thanks to Meg from Minions Minute for telling me about this. So I start reading these on Twitter.
Yeah.
I think she got 20,000 tweets. I think 10 were real questions. It is the greatest thing ever. She went silent on a lot of them, like oh shit. Let me read you some. Let's see. Is there a safe word we can use to get you to stop writing such drivel? Ask E.L. James. Which do you hate more, women or the English language?
Wow.
Is it okay for a Christian to stalk, coerce, threaten, and manipulate Anna because he's hot? Or is it also okay because he's rich? Let's see here. Did you see the abusive relationship of Bella and Edward from Twilight and think, needs more abuse? Are you going to be answering these questions, or will Stephanie Meyer be doing that? Because it was originally fan fiction.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What was your favorite moment in Twilight? When Bella meets Edward, or when Stephanie Meyer sent you a cease and desist? Will you be writing the book from Stephanie Meyer's point of view next time? That was one of my favorites. And what's the minimum distance you have to stay away from Stephanie Meyer's? So,
and that's the thing. Stephanie Meyer's books are poorly written.
Well, that's what another person said. Does it hurt you that you're a worse writer than Stephanie Meyer? And then this is my favorite. From Vanessa C. at Nesky, Nessasky Books. I have to give her a shout out on Twitter here on the show. Are you going to take a cold bath later to recover from being so thoroughly burned on Twitter today? So I thought that was clever. Do all these negative tweets sent to you seem abusive to you? I think it's romantic enough to be turned into a novel.
That's probably why she's doing it. She's going to make all that into a new book.
And then the one said, I'd rather ask the publicist if she thought this was a good idea. But I thought that was kind of funny that she just went drastically wrong. It's kind of like when Bill Cosby was, when he was getting all the allegations against him, and they're like, his PR guy's like, here's Bill Cosby from the 80s, please make a meme of him. And they just butchered him. Bad idea. Oh, that might be a bad idea this week.
It might be worth a bad idea.
There is your hidden gems.
Unless Morris, do you have any hidden gems?
I saw a new show, or not a new show, I guess it's kind of old, but a show on Netflix called Red vs. Blue. And it's real hard to explain. It's like...
it's Halo, isn't it?
It's Halo. They got Halo characters. And it's just the funniest thing that I've seen in a long time. It's very, very good. I've just seen the first episode. It might get crap after the first episode, but the first episode I was laughing out loud.
Let's see here. I did see a trailer for it on Netflix, and that I'm intrigued by it. I have not watched it yet.
It's good. It's worth watching. The episodes are really, really long.
Really?
It's like there's 12 episodes in a season, and each one's like an hour and a half.
Oh, really? Wow. So it's like Sherlock, but a lot more episodes.
But it's funny. It's especially if you're into video gaming.
Okay.
Like they're sitting there talking. I can't do it any justice, so I'm not even going to try.
You want me to impression help you out? Some people just want to watch the one bud.
Yes, that helped.
That didn't help me at all. All right, let's go on to top 5. All right, top 5 this week. We're still stuck on remakes.
It's a trilogy. We're done with the remakes after this week.
Top 5 remakes that we want to see.
I think we've talked about this before.
We have. I know sometimes movies come up and we're like, oh man, they could do that better.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much, they could do that better.
So these remakes, we're assuming that these are made perfectly by like the best director and all that.
Yeah, we're assuming they're going to make it well.
They're going to make it better. Yeah. Yeah.
But
it's
not necessarily better, but a
decent
good movie.
Yeah, not Rollerball remake type.
Not like most
yeah. Boing.
Boing.
Like Dawn of the Dead. Great remake. Horrible original.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Ooh, it's a pie fight! It's a pie fight! Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like to talk soccer, Morris? Because Randall Holt just tweeted us. He said, Women's Team USA soccer has won. He's expecting lots of soccer talk from you because you're a soccer expert. Is that correct?
What?
I think you got him confused. Amy is our soccer.
Oh, she's on next week. We'll talk soccer next week. Sorry. Exciting. Yay. I hope it was 1-0.
Probably was.
You know. Oh, sorry. We're in Britain now. Go soccer. Woo!
Oh, for you people in Britain, that is football.
Yes. Football. Okay. So, top 5 remakes we want to see. Morris, you can go first.
My number 5 is Strange Days.
Oh, God.
Remember Strange
Days? Yes, I do.
I remember an ad for it.
Yes.
It's
That's
about
the feature one, right?
Yeah, I think it took place in 1999, and it was made in like 96 or something. But it's like this virtual reality thing that you put on your head, and it like actually goes in your... It's like the ultimate virtual reality.
Yeah.
But you could record what you're doing, so like of course the whole porn industry does it, but that's not what it focused on. It was like somebody witnessed a crime, or you wanted to be a criminal who got killed or something like that. And it's just such a fascinating idea, and it was actually done pretty well. I enjoyed it when it first came out. Was it James Cameron?
I think it was James Cameron.
Really?
I'm thinking it might have been
Double
James
check.
Cameron.
I think it might be. I think you're right.
But I enjoyed it, and I think that it could be done better now, much better now.
Starring Ray Fiennes and Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
Let me see who directed
It's been a while since I saw that.
Directed by Catherine Bigelow.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Written by James Cameron.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that. That's a different one. I'm going next.
Go ahead.
Number 5, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I can't make it worse than they already
Do
have.
not let Sean Connery touch it. I still say the first one was so bad because Sean Connery had final editing.
Yeah.
And he put himself in every scene except for 2, I think. I think you have to make it smaller. I love the idea of having these classic literature guys come together as a team. I like that. The movie was so bad. I like the idea of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I like the Mr. Hyde in it. I think you could have done a lot more with it. So I'm going League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I think it could work. I think it would actually work. I think it could actually work if you did it as a TV series. So.
Oh yeah, because the way the book is written, it's a bunch of.
They go in and out. There's different guys.
Different people in and out. Yeah, so that could work as a short run series anyway.
Yeah, I think you could do it as a Netflix series. You could even do a couple seasons, but do short runs.
Exactly.
I think it could work. I think. I'm not trying to joke. I mean, I think the UK makes so many good films. I think they could make, or good shows, they could make a good run at it.
Probably.
I think they could do it. So there you go. So the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
All right.
Wait. Time out.
What?
Well, hold on. Blake just sent in his top 5 remakes.
All right. Well, what's his number 5?
Catwoman.
I don't even
get it right, get it sexy, and meow.
I don't even know if that was just so bad. It wouldn't be a remake other than they would share the title. And that's the only thing about Catwoman that they would get right is the title, or that they should use from the first one.
I think if you could do it, I think you could take place like in Gotham. I think it could work. So we're doing Blake too. So he's got Catwoman.
That's fine. My number 5, an older movie that was remade, but remade horribly. So I want them to remake it right.
Okay.
And that's War of the Worlds.
Oh, okay.
I mean, a good War of the Worlds with 100% less Tom Cruise running and Dakota Fanning screaming.
And not knowing how to throw a baseball.
So,
Tom Cruise doesn't throw a baseball
good version of War of the Worlds, and then I'll be happy.
Okay.
That's my number 5.
Isn't that Signs?
No, because in Signs, water kills them, not viruses.
You could say any movie is better with less Dakota Fanning and Tom Cruise. Let's just be real.
Let's see.
Number 4?
My number 4, I'm going with a book that I really liked as a youngster, and they made a movie on it, and the movie disappointed me. I would like to see The Outsiders redone.
Oh, Pony Boy.
With good actors.
It had Tom Cruise.
That's Tom Cruise. I swear they're not all Tom Cruise movies.
Last Samurai is next.
I thought of that one.
All the Right Moves is number 2.
I thought of that one too.
Top Gun.
Top one, got one.
No, you can't remake Top Gun.
Cocktail.
I swear that's my last Tom Cruise movie. Although I did think about doing all Tom Cruise movies, but the Outsider. I just thought the what was his name? Who did the director? The guy who did The Godfather.
Francis
Ford Coppola. I thought it was terrible.
I did not like Outsider.
He did The Outsiders?
He did The Outsiders.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Huh.
Little fun fact of the week.
Because I thought it was going to be good, because it was a director I'd heard of. Even, I was like 13 or 12 or whatever when that came out. Jay was 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the movie. And even though it was like all the young studs of Hollywood at the time, most of them can't act. I mean, I think Emilio Estevez is about the only good actor in the movie.
Emilio! I think you could do... I think Jay Baruchel could be one of the guys in the new Outsiders. I like that.
I could see that.
I like that. Number 4 for Blake.
Uh-oh.
3-way tie. Evenulfication.
This shouldn't count if it knocks off one of ours.
Cruel.
Okay.
Remember that? That's with Tom Cruise, isn't it?
No.
Isn't it? I thought it was.
No.
Beastmaster.
With Mark Singer. Okay.
And Space Hunter, Adventures in the Forbidden Zone.
I don't even know that one.
Yeah, it's a shitty 80s movies, 3-way tie. So that's what he's going with.
I could see shitty 80s movies. They could actually improve them. Yes, I can agree.
Number 4 for me is I put this on the Tenchbound Facebook page. Got lots of responses, so I'll read them here in a little bit. But number 4, I took this from one of the guys on it. Okay. Never even thought of it. The old Disney movie, The Black Hole. Remember that?
I liked it.
I hated The Black Hole.
I liked The Black Hole.
Boring as hell.
Now, granted, I liked it as a 10-year-old. I was
bored as all hell.
So you want it remade?
Yes, I want it remade.
But remade well.
I think you could do it. I think there's a lot of stuff in it. You could do a lot more with the robot. I thought the robot was kind of cool.
Robot was real cool.
Yeah.
Didn't they have 2 different robots?
Yeah, then you had the
big one and the little floating
the little one I hated.
Oh, I liked him. He was my favorite part.
So I'm going with the Black Hole. I think you could do it really well now. And I think you have a little bit more action to it. I like the whole idea of the black hole right there in the background and that. So I'm going with that. That's my number 4. Morris?
For number 4, I have A Boy and His Dog. Have I brought this up before?
You have brought this up before, and I completely forgot all about what that was.
It's like a post-apocalyptic movie. It's like a Mad Max type of thing, except for there are a lot more men than there are women. So the women are... If someone finds a woman, they'll either rape her and rape her and rape her, just keep her and rape her until they get too hungry and they eat her.
Oh, wow.
But it's this really dark and demented post-apocalyptic world. And this movie, Boy and His Dog, hardly anybody's heard of it or seen it.
Based off of a novella by Harlan Ellison. So that's at least a good source material.
It's a great movie. It's
from 1975, starring Don Johnson, Jason Robards, and Susan
Jason
Beck.
Robards.
He's an actor.
No.
You're like laughing.
Parenthood. Sorry.
But
first thing I think about with him.
But I would like to see it remade, so more people know what A Boy and His Dog is, because I don't hear anything about it anymore.
There's a reason for that. It's kind of demented. It's like Serbian film.
And the poster has a nuclear cloud with a smiley face in it.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Dune.
I'm actually surprised Blake has not put that on there.
Yes, I could see Dune. Oh, I remember going to see that movie when it came out in the theaters.
You were 13 when you entered, and you were 17 when you left.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
I even think that David Lynch would want to... He did that, right? I think that he'd want to remake it. Because it seemed like David Lynch selling out, and it was...
Well, it seemed like he was trying to do way too much. He was trying to do... Well, one, the book covers a big scope. And I think you just have to narrow the scope to begin with, or at least do it as a series.
He turned down Return of the Jedi to do Dune. Did you know that?
I did not.
That's a weird thing with him doing Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad he didn't. I can't imagine a Star Wars through David Lynch's eyes.
No. That's interesting. Dune, I was surprised was not on Blake's. He's a big Dune fan. So, my number 3 is Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Thought of that one. I really did.
Love the Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's corny.
But I don't like horror movies. So I don't even care about it if you remake them. But I thought about that.
I think you could do it. I think you could remake it. I think you could make it scary. I think they're supposedly remaking it, but we'll see because the Dracula movie did not do as well.
Yeah.
And they're remaking The Mummy, and I think it's all based on how well the Mummy remake does.
With Brendan Fraser?
No, Brendan Fraser is not in this one.
They're getting far away from the Brendan Fraser version.
Yeah. It's the Mummy remake. It's going to be tied with Dracula.
But so it's going to be closer to the Universal monsters.
Is it Brendan Fraser or Brandon Fraser?
I think it's Brendan with an E, but I'm not positive.
You know what?
I'll look it up.
This seems like something we should probably know.
I sold his stock after Blast from the Past.
George of the Jungle.
I love George of the Jungle.
I hated George of the Jungle.
I love that movie.
He was good in Blast from the Past.
Blast from the Past was funny.
But I think
Christopher Walken, right?
Yeah, and Nathan Fillion.
I think I sold Brendan Fraser after Encino Man.
Oh, God, I
saw
hated that
Encino Man
movie.
and said, get rid of it, and he will never do anything.
Movie. Hate that movie.
Or it could have been Brandon Fraser. Or is it Brendan?
It's Brendan.
Okay. That's what I said originally, then he said Brandon, and then you said Brendan.
Why are you listening to me? That's never good.
I was going to pretend that I had said Brandon the whole time until you said Brendan too. Then I thought I had a chance here.
Number 3 for Blake is Fahrenheit 451. Great book.
Oh, I was thinking Fahrenheit 9/11.
No, not the Michael Moore movie.
I'm like, he wants to remake that?
Ray Bradbury.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines in any book ever was right before he blowtorches the guy. He goes, we never burned right. Woof! There he blowtorches the guy.
That movie was by Francois Truffaut, right?
Was it?
Yeah,
I did not know
one of your
that.
favorites.
One of the biggest French directors. I'm not sure I've seen it.
I love
Truffaut.
That is one of my favorite books.
From 1966.
Yeah.
It's coming
right
up
here.
That is that is my favorite Bradbury book or story.
Yeah. Directed by Francois Truffaut.
Look at that cover. That cover's awesome.
Stars Oscar Werner, Julie Christie, and Cyril Cusack.
That poster is pretty cool. I like that.
It is. Especially when the minions pop up in front of it.
For the advertisement. Yeah. So that's number 3 for Blake. What is your number 3, Jeff?
My number 3, Flash Gordon.
Flash! Gordon!
I would like to see them. I love the Camp Flash Gordon.
They are remaking it.
Are they?
Yeah. They are remaking
with Tom Cruise? Please tell me it's Tom Cruise.
I didn't know they were remaking.
Seth Rogen.
Tom Cruise would have been better.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that remake. I want them to take it a little more serious and get better actors. And not have lines like, but Flash, I love you, Flash, but we only have 8 hours to save the Earth. I mean, it's so good because it's bad, but I would like to see it good because it's good.
Okay.
So, that's my Flash Gordon.
Flash! What's your number 1? Or number 2?
I'll go number 2. Number 2, I got to thank a coworker for giving me this one.
Okay.
I wouldn't have thought of it. But Logan's Run.
Oh, that J.J. Abrams was supposed to write that and do that one for a long time.
Okay.
And it fell through. They were going to do it.
It's a good movie, but very dated.
Yeah.
It's tough to watch because it's still also 60s, and
the outfits are awesome.
And Michael York is just not the big leading man type guy, in my opinion.
That was in development hell in Hollywood for, I want to say, a decade. They were trying to remake that.
Yeah. I don't know why they can't. They should be able to do it, especially if you get somebody like J.J. Abrams attached to it. I think that would be a great movie that I would like to see.
I never saw the original.
Original is decent. It is dated. It's very dated.
I can't recommend it because it is so dated.
Isn't it after 21?
30.
30. When you turn 30, you are killed.
It's in the future.
So all those Simpsons and Family Guys.
Anytime they do that, it's
It's on. Is it on Mars?
They all have the white leotards.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see. Number 2 for Blake. George Orwell's 1984. That could be fun.
That could be fun.
I could see that.
Did they have an original movie of that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I did see it though. It was called Enemy of the State with Will Ferrell or Will Smith and Gene Hackman. I think I saw that
1984
one.
came out in 1984.
Yeah, and John Voight. I think I saw that one. Enemy of the State.
Didn't
Isn't Brazil pretty much 1984?
What's that?
Terry Gilliam film Brazil, isn't that just like 1984 pretty much?
It's been a long time since I saw that.
John Hurt, Richard Burton, Susanna Hamilton, and Cyril Cusack.
They thought it was going to be a big film and it bombed.
That's 2 movies in a row I looked up that had Cyril Cusack in it.
Let's see here.
1984, didn't the Eurythmics or something do the soundtrack to that?
I don't know. I was 5. Let's see. My number 2. I've talked about this many times, and HBO is remaking it, but Westworld. Great fucking film. Guys, you go to...
Still have ever yet to see it or really want to see it.
You go to a theme park, and it's about cowboys. It's a Western theme park, and you can have shootouts and everything else, and it's authentic, but all the characters in it are robots, cyborgs, and you would have fights with them, and they didn't have real guns, and then something trips in them, and they start killing for real. And so it's like Jurassic World, but in the Western world with cowboys and cyborgs. And they're at Yul Brynner. And they also made Future World. Don't see that. But HBO is remaking it. I think it comes out next year. So I'm intrigued by it. I loved Westworld growing up. It's also because we didn't have cable growing up, so it was one of the shows that was on along with Commando.
Every weekend.
Every weekend on the syndicated channels. You know how I told you I will kill you last.
That's right. You did say you did, Barrett.
I lied. Commando. Chill out.
Just to let you know, there was actually several adaptations in 1984. There was one in 1956, and then again in 1984. I just said 94, didn't I? Yeah. 1984.
Oh, okay.
So there's at least two versions out already.
Okay. Morris, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Freaks. Exactly. And
that's disturbing.
And I think that they can make it a lot more disturbing, a lot more creepy than the original. The original had its own... the original is a classic. It's got its own...
Is that from the 30s?
Mm-hmm.
20s
even?
Maybe 29.
Isn't that with the eye at the end, or they slipped the eye?
No.
No. That was... That's right.
Andalusian Dog.
The Freaks is when they had the handicapped people, right? In it?
The
amputees and all that? Yeah. That was
the circus.
The carnies. That's right.
But they did the American Horror Story Freak Show, and it had potential, but it didn't go as far as the original movie Freaks. And I think with a little bit of color and the darkness, it could be a good movie.
God is my witness. If your number 1 is the Serbian film, you are never allowed back in the studio again. Crossing that off. What is your number 1, Morris?
Dead Ringers. Do you remember Dead Ringers? Jeremy Irons
doing a dual role as
plays twins.
Twin gynecologists.
I do not know this one.
Oh, it's a fascinating. I think that might be Cronenberg too.
Yeah, that's Cronenberg. Yeah.
Oh God.
But it was a great movie, and again, it's one of those for no other reason than people should know about this movie. So why not make a remake to let them know that this movie is out there?
Is it a scary movie?
It's a horror movie.
Okay.
They date the same woman. There's a shy one and an outgoing one. So the outgoing one feels sorry for the shy brother, so he'd get the woman and then he'd come back and have sex with the shy one. But it gets real dark. And
they remade that as Dr. Giggles, right? Is that the same thing?
I hope to God not. Oh, Dr. Giggles. Oh.
I thought that was it.
With Larry Drake.
Yes. Not to be confused with Cousin Larry Appleton. We're so happy we do the dance of joy. Ha ha ha. Hey, hey, hey.
No, Larry Drake is best known as Benny from L.A. Law.
Yes, yes. He did not fall down the elevator chute in L.A. Law.
No.
My number one, bear with me here. I love this story. I love these characters. I love the comic book that came out a while back. I think they're still making it. The Lone Ranger. I love the TV series. I think you could make a Lone Ranger that does not cost $240 million.
And does not star Tonto.
Yes. Or Armie Hammer, or whatever his name is.
No, I had no problem. Well, I didn't see the movie, but I didn't think Armie Hammer was a bad casting choice. I just thought, from my understanding from every clip and whatever I've seen, is it's story of Johnny Depp and his sidekick, the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, and it's such a good story. It's so much fun you can do. It has so much different stories that you can do, and it's a Western. That's all you have to do. It's not that difficult. He seeks revenge, you know?
Yeah. Although I was never a fan.
I love the Lone Ranger. I even had the action figures growing up. We bought them at Big Lots because they weren't so popular. Who knew that 1950 show was not popular as toys with kids in the 80s?
Go figure.
But I think you could make it so well, and let me have a chance to write it. I could do it. Come on, studios. So
write it.
I will.
A treatment.
I wrote a treatment. Let's see. Number one for Blake. I don't even know if I want to say this. It says. It precedes it by "Suck it, Jason." Clue.
No.
Fuck you,
nope,
Blake.
Can't remake Clue.
Nope.
I won't let you.
Nope.
You're wrong on that one, Blake.
I don't like your tone, Blake. We're not going to talk about that anymore.
Why would you need to remake Clue?
It was perfect.
It's a perfect movie as is.
Tim Curry is perfect. To make a long story short,
too late.
We all arrived one by one. Why did your car stop?
It was scared.
One of my favorite songs. Clue. Love it. What's your number one, Jeff?
My number one is a movie that I know you saw. I don't know if Mr. Morris here saw it. That had great potential in storyline, but Michael Bay vomited all over it.
Pearl Harbor?
The Island.
Oh, The Island.
The Island, where it started out where...
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson. They were, people being raised with... They're told that they are, living in an underground facility because the world's been destroyed. And it turns out they're just, clones for body part harvesting. Mm-hmm. And, when... there's the mythical island that you go to. You go to, like, someone wins the lottery and they get to go off to the island because there's only so many spaces on the island. But really, when you win the lottery, it's the person you're cloned from needs like a new heart or something. So they're going to kill you to
kill the clone too.
And then the clones figure something's going out and they escape, and then it turns into a big explosion fest.
And the worst part is the final scene. Spoiler alert for a 10-year-old movie. Is they have this big machine and they got to turn it off. And you know how they turn it off, Morris?
They unplug it.
Close. There's a level.
A big
lever.
Big switch, a big lever.
And it says above it, "Do not turn off." I'm not kidding. And they just go like this. They take it and they turn it down. Click. Done. That was it.
The sign did nothing?
No. So you can't root for the good guys because they disobeyed the sign. And so that was the ending. Turn off.
But I mean,
it seems real clear.
Yeah, you would think.
The way that you explained it, maybe it wasn't as clear in the movie.
It was red. The sign was red.
But the movie had so much promise.
Yes.
And it could have had, just great moral debates on, what is good and bad and all that stuff. And it just turned into an action-adventure movie.
They did do that until the explosions just... Michael Bay's like, this needs more explosion. Forget the political stuff.
It's like they escape, and the next thing you know, helicopters are exploding and trucks are falling off overpasses. Oh, because these two people escaped.
Yes.
It was so terrible.
Blake did have honorable mentions of the whole Star Wars prequels.
I wouldn't even touch them.
I would just let them die.
Let's say one of my honorable mentions I see is from another listener pick.
Okay. So we get to that.
Goonies was one of my honorable mentions.
You could just never make that.
But if they remake it, they can make it good, Jason.
No.
They could.
You didn't like that movie either, did you?
It was okay.
Okay, thank you.
But yeah,
Slaughterhouse 5 and Catch 22 were another couple.
Slaughterhouse 5.
I didn't
Great books, mediocre movies.
I didn't see either of the movies.
I had Elektra, and I think you could do that as Netflix. I think you introduced her in like season 2 of Daredevil or season 3,
yeah,
and you let her do her own show. I think that would be awesome.
I can see that.
A gritty version.
I mean, I would have said Daredevil, but they already did
Yeah.
the Netflix show. So
Original movie was great. I had Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I thought that you could redo that now. I think you could do that as a TV series.
kind of like V.
All your remakes are TV series.
No.
That's because you can get more in depth in the TV. You know, a 2-hour movie and then it's done.
Yeah.
Television, you can you go for 12 hours.
Okay, we got a lot of listener feedback on this one. Mark Bogner from the Tangent Bound Network. He wants to see a remake of The Last Starfighter. He said legally, though, it won't happen. The studio won't relinquish the rights to it. That got a lot of people excited about it.
If the studio won't relinquish the rights to it, then just do it yourselves. You're a studio. Isn't that what you're there for?
Nick Prokop said, On Her Majesty's Service gets a bad rap because of Lazenby.
Secret Service.
Oh, sorry, Secret Service. He did write that right. Really fantastic plot. Modernize it and change the name, but remake it with whoever replaces Daniel Craig. Only other Bond movie I wouldn't mind seeing remade is Moonraker, because it's god-awful, and they could do a lot better nowadays.
Well, they could do a lot better just by following the book
of Moonraker?
Of Moonraker. There was no going into outer space in Moonraker.
But
Moonraker was a satellite.
But it's called Moonraker.
Yeah, it was a satellite.
But it's Moonraker. If it's all that, you gotta go to the moon.
No, you don't. They didn't even go to the moon in Moonraker.
They didn't. Devin from Snakehole said Running Man.
That was the one I was thinking
like
an honorable
that.
mention, because, God, I hate Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That was on TV the other
movies.
night.
There's so much potential to that, but Schwarzenegger just hurts it for me.
Kind of take offense by this. Caddyshack, but not cast by Hobie.
What? Not
We
cast
did a
by
great
Hobie.
job drafting Caddyshack. The Color of Money, another fantastic movie, but he wanted to see how they would cast it. Blast from the Past, speaking of. He said, updated for Doomsday Preppers. Oh, and Cocktail. I think he's lying on that one. Let's see. Bobby H. had Rope, the Alfred Hitchcock film. He said sometimes classics need to be remade just to keep the classics going.
I'm of the same thread, but that would be probably the worst Hitchcock movie to remake. It's the one that's done all in one shot.
Yeah, he said because of Birdman, you know.
But you could do it nowadays
all in one shot
all the time, and it would take away what made that unique. Was the only movie to do at the time, really, and it didn't really have a lot of substance after that. But like something like North by Northwest would be awesome nowadays with the special effects. Or they should remake Psycho with exactly the same camera shots.
And Vince Vaughn.
Oh,
great.
Anne Hesh as the lead.
Yes, and her butthole. Because you see it. He said Interview with the Vampire. He said he knows the trend is on the way out, but you could remake Interview and launch a readaptation of all the Anne Rice's work.
How about Queen of the Damned?
Yeah,
better.
I thought about, I suppose if you're remaking the whole thing, because Queen of the Damned was one I almost put on my list. Too.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it until that, but yeah, I'd probably put that on there.
Well, the problem with Queen of the Damned is it was the third book in the series, but the second movie, so they had to kind of speed through the Vampire Lestat just to get to the plot of Queen of the Damned, and they did it poorly. Other than the soundtrack, which was my favorite soundtrack.
That was on your top 5?
It was my number 1.
Super Mario Brothers, a film that shouldn't have failed based on Nintendo's popularity, which is true.
Oh, it should have failed because you can't. Oh, it's terrible.
Nintendo could use a boost, and with other video game adaptations coming, it would fit right in. Bonfire of the Vanities, a historic flop. Yes, it was. He said the main story is very relevant and could be cleverly remade. And 1984, that was another one. Yeah. He said you could do, he goes, with most of our news getting filtered through special interests and political leanings, looking at you, Fox, the idea of a Ministry of Truth seems particularly relevant. Maybe this would wake up some folks.
But the title probably is a little outdated.
Probably be 2084. I think that you could do that.
Or 2024.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Ooh, what great titles.
Let's see here. We also got, sorry, I'm looking through these. Running Man, yep. Cocktail. I'm trying to think. Keep going. Let's see. I'm looking. Buckaroo Banzai was another one.
I don't think you need to remake that.
From Ken Rose. Michael Emchick, he's the one that mentioned the black hole. So I appreciate that.
Okay. Because Jason stole it from your list.
Ken Rose said the black hole needed more action. I remember it being really slow. It was. Let's see here. Devin from Snake Oil said, how could we forget the greatest Schwarzenegger film, Kindergarten Cop, which they're making a sequel.
Remaking
yes,
it. Yeah.
Yes. Straight to video.
Straight to video?
Yes.
I heard they were remaking
He said you could also do Junior and Twins. I think both were excellent. Bullshit.
Well, Twins, they're going to try. Are they still trying to make the triplet sequel?
Yes, they were supposed to with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. And last I heard, they were still going to be making it.
Why? Don't ever do that. So, so there is your there's your listener feedback here.
Well, it was just listener picks of top 5.
Listener picks top 5. Sorry.
Listener feedback was way early in
sorry.
the episode. That was 2 hours ago.
So, Morris, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Scab Jeff. Scab Blake. Bad idea, number 280. Making Ted 3.
I don't think they're going to do it.
I don't think so. I think Ted's pretty much done. So, you can buy Jeff's book, Zombies, True Tale of the Titanic.
Disaster.
On story of the Titanic. Tale.
Sorry, tale. Yeah,
come on.
Now sit back right in and hear a tale.
What is he, a leopard?
What?
Because it's got a tail.
Yeah, shut up.
A dolphin? Should I say dolphin?
Yes. So go to Amazon, please buy it. And you got other ghost hunting books there, too. So take a look. And I'm sure you'll be back on in a couple weeks because you've been our number 1 guest lately. So there you go.
He's a good scam.
Could you do the world burning thing again for me?
Yes. This is for our UK fans. Let me see if I got this right, this accent.
The Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, Dark Knight. Some people just want to watch the world burn. The size of a tangerine.
Sounds nothing like...
Roger says goodbye. With this croissant, I said good day, sir. I said good day.
Goodbye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. If not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are now leading the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.